hit the ball. All right, so we rejoin. Roses are red on this 91st session of the campaign. And as we do, we're going to be doing a little bit of retconning because there are a few minor things that we missed, and we have to kind of cover what Largo is doing during the 40 days and nights of crafting. And what he spent his share of the wealth on. So do we want to start with
Mirok's oversight, or do we want to start with Largo's expenditures?
I think we start with Mirok.
Okay.
And then, because I still need to, I've narrowed it down to a couple of those abjuration baubles like we were talking about, but I want a little bit more ponderance.
Okay. I will say that Dakuta does have a heroism bauble.
Yeah.
And he's willing to let that go for less than market value.
I'll take
not not straight up cost, but so that I think is that's a 9,000 gold piece bauble. He's
Okay.
willing to sell it to you for 6.
Okay. That's a definite yes.
And another one that you might that I was thinking about, again, going with abjuration, that you might really want to think about.
Yes.
Non-detection.
Mm-hmm.
That was on the list. Okay. Yeah, I'll take your, yeah, I'm just looking at some of the third level ones.
Yeah. So, on the on the 49th day of Mazok, or no, Lidney, there's going to be a full moon. Or no, Lidney, or Mazok. I was right the first time.
Moment of truth.
49th day of Mazok, there is going to be a full moon. And that is something that matters to Mirok.
Yeah.
I can get you there.
Take me there.
Actually, has Largo been to this location? He's been to the mine, which is closer than Tarnholm is.
I can get you to mine.
Yeah, I don't think you have to there. That's fine.
And I think it was Mirok and Yanni that went to speak with her.
Yeah.
And Dakuta, right? Was Dakuta with you?
The first time it was just me and Yanni, because Yanni was fishing and caught a turtle. It was the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I request you take me there. I would, Yanni too. I think Yanni would want to go to that.
Sure.
Board or Richard, do you want to be there to right wrongs and make amends with Solora the Fox Lady?
Yeah, I would probably go just because didn't I help with the Fox Lady?
You were kind of the reason you guys didn't kill her.
Yeah.
You were the one that put down your weapon and said, "Hold on," and accepted her surrender.
Oh,
That was Uhtred. Way back when you guys were level 3.
I would like
Or 4 or
to
5 or something like that.
take this opportunity of the full moon to go to the empty minecart in Tarnholm and just be a very chill guy who chills at the bar and doesn't turn into a werebear and brawl in the street and be seen by the citizens of Tarnholm not just chilling.
Yeah.
Having like
It was just a one-off. Guys.
2 beers, haggis or whatever we're having with Dwarven bear.
Yeah.
That's what board's doing. Just gonna
All right.
be chill.
Otis is also interested in going because it was Solora who actually awakened him.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, you guys all get together, teleport up to the silver mine, and I believe this is west of there that the Solora little Bay pool exists. And around dusk, you arrive, and the water is still, and it's getting dark. The moon's starting to rise. This is late spring, early summer.
Damn.
Well,
Feels like it was winter. This is.
May, April, May. Yeah, no, this is like end of June, or early July.
It's a balmy night.
Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. I wait patiently.
I'm just behind you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he's fishing.
I'm like this. You're wondering why I'm standing. Like
Yeah, I
that.
am. I'm immediately wondering where he's saying
Do you ask?
No, I think I better learn not to.
Okay. And maybe an hour after sundown, Solora comes out of the woods and sees the group of you and says, well, if it's not just blood, I hope this means you bring good tidings.
We do. And I reach into my pocket and I pull out what I previously expect to be the right amount of diamond.
Well, you don't know how much diamond you're going to need until you make the...
Yeah. I was saying like, this look, diamond.
A big shiny rock.
Yeah.
It's probably a handful.
Cool. I hold up a handful of diamonds in the full moonlight. And it's also a full moon tonight. So this is great.
And yeah, these are more like Cimmeryl diamonds. Like what we call diamonds, they call in this world corundum, which is just like hardened carbon.
Yeah.
And it's as valuable as it should be in this world if it wasn't for De Beers.
Cool.
So this
I like
is
that.
infused with the light of the tree.
So like these gems glow with their own light. These are they glitter like stars, even when there's no light falling upon them.
Good
They are
Class one.
magical. They are magical gemstones.
Controlled substance.
Highlight.
diamonds.
You got a felony in your pocket right now, dude. Multiple
Yeah,
felonies. Yeah, this is it.
So
Yeah, felling right here, right here.
There's no person that can hold me.
you hold those out, and Solora whistles, and a cadre of woodland creatures come out of the forest carrying bones.
Oh. Kind of hoping they were buried somewhere. Okay.
Well, she knew this was coming, so she wanted to be prepared. And they start to lay them all down in the vague shape of a dire badger.
Okay.
Multiple corpses.
Just one.
No.
Just the one.
There's a bunch of different woodland creatures carrying
Bits.
different bones.
I see.
No, it was buried for a while, mostly decomposed. When Mirok promised to resurrect, she had it dug up and
Okay, so they're doing that. They're dropping all the bones. I have my spell. So what is the correct procedure I should go through?
okay. Yeah. So basically, with your new revelation, you have two options. One is you know that you can possibly cast a spell with only a portion of the required, like 50%, I think it was.
Yeah.
With 50% of the required diamonds.
Yeah.
if you only start using 50%, then they will be used up. You could fail.
Yeah.
And then you just, if you start with with the full amount, then if you succeed, 50% will be used and the other 50% will remain.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm letting you take the chance. Like if you've only got so much, I'm just gonna still let you try.
Yeah.
But then you can fail and lose everything versus, you know, if you have enough, be sure that it will work.
I think that's what I would do.
Yeah. At the moment you do have
It's
enough.
not worth the risk.
You want to resurrect the badger. That's the goal.
Yeah, we're not trying to be misers about it.
The woodland creatures of
No, we
Canada.
showed up to do the thing. Oh, sorry, we were too cheap.
Did you do that for yes?
This is a holy moment under the stars. Okay, we'll stand like this.
Yeah, Eric's down with that. Sound like a hype man in the background. I'm just gonna say anything.
It's not in your head, so it's not as nearly as annoying.
It's a ceremony.
Yeah.
Say some
It'd
words.
be ceremonial.
Mhm.
That's the only reason I'm standing like this.
You wearing your like cool hat.
Are you doing this next to, are you like by yourself? Are you next to Yanni while he's fishing or?
Yanni's fishing. I'm like half in the foliage.
Like the Homer meme?
Like watching from like kind of like buried up to here.
Oh, okay.
Watching from afar. You probably can barely hear me like it's like, what are you doing? I'm just, I'm trying to impress upon, myself the gravity of the situation.
Mhm.
It's been a long time coming.
Cool.
I get the image of maybe predators. You know the scene where the samurai dude is just like in the grass waiting for the predator with the samurai sword.
Yep.
That.
Sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you need to, with the knowledge planes, right?
Yes. 12.
12. Can I assume the 2 is still an extra save?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's see which one is 2, and then that's gonna raise it all the way up to 43. 43.
Which is a success, correct?
Yeah, it's anything above. I think the number is like 20 or something.
I remember. All right, so it was originally a DC 30 to not consume diamonds when restoring negative levels, and a DC 40 to consume 50% less when performing a raised dead resurrection or true resurrection.
Okay, so
So you didn't succeed it by a lot, but you did succeed.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
And I was considering bumping that up too because it's getting to where you kind of auto concede. But
yeah, totally.
I don't want it to be a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Okay, so the knowledge planes passed.
And so you consume 5,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds, and as you cast the ritual, which takes about an hour, and you can see like part of it is as Mirok is doing it through his life mystery as well as his faith in Mosin. There's like these small stone obelisks that are kind of raising around up out of the ground surrounding and over the course, like they rise up and then they sink down, and it's sort of strange, mysterious, almost puzzle solving scenario.
Like I'm Rubik's cubing the earth around them.
Yeah, but yeah, they're all like maybe 6 by 6 inches, and then they go up to maybe 2 feet, and then they slide back down, and they just do this in a sort of oval around the badger's body as you start to see muscle and sinew begin to just form and stretch from connecting the pieces, And at the end of the hour, the fur is growing back, and the badger seems to be fully intact. And upon completion of the ritual, it starts to slowly breathe, and seeing its chest kind of expand and compress, Solora goes over and starts petting it behind the ear. And this thing's large. It's quite a maybe 700-800 pounds of animal. Yeah.
Your Largo behind you going.
Shorter, flatter, but otherwise bear sized. And
The Geo Metro, not a Volkswagen. I got that squat, a lower roof.
sure.
Yeah.
And as the badger's head kind of like leans in towards Solora and just kind of softly, quietly nuzzles her, Solora starts crying and looks over at Mirak and kind of just mouths like, thank you. Buries her face in her badger.
Sorry, go ahead.
And you hear her kind of muffled into the badger's fur. Buttons, I've missed you so much.
Oh my god.
Buttons the badger.
At that, I like quietly turn around and tell everyone.
Largo says to himself, "A wrong has been made." He turns and prepares his teleportation magic.
You did it.
I stole the moment.
You made it about you.
Nice. So cool. That is now the second thing that Mirak has fixed from the section that he was not present for.
Bingo.
Slowly working my way through this.
All right.
How's Otis doing?
I mean, Otis, sat next to Solora during the ritual, and a couple of times she did pet his head, and it was more like he was guarding her or protecting her or like being there for her. He didn't say anything, he didn't talk to her or anything. But he was just there.
As you noticed, Uhtred was very quiet because in his world, he thought he would be rewarded with something for coming and showing up and not having this thing killed. But now, he wishes he was at the pub.
So you're saying this is bullshit I could have been drinking.
Yes.
Then at a bar with Bort, having a couple of chill ales.
I mean, you only lost like an hour. Like, we're
It's
going
Uhtred,
back.
man. It's Uhtred.
Yeah. So I guess we tell we're back to Tarnholm and Uhtred. I'm assuming you like just beeline and catch up for lost time into the bar.
Yeah, you see him and Otis take off.
Like, this is horse shit.
Yeah.
Why is she crying? The badger's alive.
Why didn't you give me anything? I stood there quietly.
Yanni, when you guys arrive back in Tarnholm, says to Largo, "What was the deal with the animals? They all nodded at you when they walked past you."
I look at him and I go,
Is this a bit you're doing?
no. Largo goes like, "There's a curiosity of my heritage that I am learning more about every day."
He just like pats you on the head. Okay.
And it's probably like a little like purple glitter just goes. Prestidigitation.
Not haunted Fae aspect.
No, just prestidigitation. I don't want to turn into a horror. Let's do a little electron.
I don't know. I kind of feel like your haunted Fae aspect is like uncomfortably cute.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe it goes into that.
It's like seeing a 4-year-old girl who seems to be too mature. So it's just unsettling.
Okay. Yeah.
That kind of I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, speaking in clear sentences, wearing glasses, asking you about like
Your W2.
you're the HOA.
Yeah.
Ooh!
I'm writing a novel.
I bet you are, honey. Just don't write it about me.
It's about the collapse of the Eastern Bloc.
I've been around a lot of reading lately. Myself for this year.
Okay, so then unless there's some
You made it
tail
right.
end to that
You did the thing.
that
You
Mirok
are
wants to manage, that is that we return to Largo.
I believe
Yeah, good.
Largo has in his possession 12,000 gold. Is that correct?
He has 12,000 more gold than he had before.
Yeah, and he doesn't have much because he was I think he gave a fair chunk away to help somebody with something. I think I was helping Uhtred buy something. I only have 100 and I have like fucking nothing. I have 115 copper pieces, so I have 12,000 gold. So 6,000 for the bauble of heroism.
Mm-hmm.
How much for the bauble of non-detection?
That's how much you should have from the horde.
Okay, 12,560. Okay.
Okay, so for that you're going to need Dakuda
Okay.
because he can cast the spell.
Sure.
You're gonna have to enlist his help
Okay.
in that. But then you can craft it, which would be at half cost,
Okay.
but he's gonna want a little bit.
Sure.
So
This is like his thing now.
yeah, this is kind of his thing. So he's willing to do that for 1,000 gold pieces on top of the 4,500 you need to spend.
Okay.
So that'd be another
5,500.
55.
So I'm assuming that I can't then get a bauble of dispel magic.
Well, that would be another 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
Which would be 9,000 to buy or another 4,500 to.
I check in with my friends to see if they have any spare change floating around.
What's the first thing you're trying to make right now?
The first thing I'm trying to make is a bauble of non-detection.
Okay.
A lot of these baubles that he's planning on getting are for, party.
Yeah.
He's not getting baubles of Largo does cool thing.
I'm getting.
Those are the
baubles of
spells that
buff
he takes.
I humbly will give you, and this is all I have. I have 6 platinum pieces.
Which would give you 6 platinum.
Okay, so I got 6. Okay, so that's the value of 600 gold. I need 9,400 more. 9,000 gold
You need 9,000 to make it?
to buy it.
Well,
I
you
can't.
can-
The 12?
I mean, Mirok can help you make it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can make it.
So what's the price on the making? 4,500.
4,500.
And I have remaining. Okay, so 55. Okay, so I have like 1,000 gold left. So I have 1,600 right now. Thank you, Uhtred. And
1,600. 6 platinum pieces is 60 gold.
Yeah.
Not 100.
1060.
Not 100.
Right.
This isn't World of Warcraft.
1060. I have 1060. So I need more.
Okay, hold on. So you're making a bauble of non-detect.
Yep.
For how much?
That would be 5,500.
500, and you're making a bauble of.
I'm making a bauble of dispel magic,
Okay.
if I can.
And
And
that's going
I've
to
bought
be,
a bauble of heroism from Dakuda.
And that's how much does the dispel magic cost now? It's 45.
4,500.
4,500.
Just, to facilitate some of this planning. Does Mirok have protection from evil?
Ooh, I should get a bauble of protection from evil and be way less expensive.
Yeah.
Dispel magic, because you have dispel magic. So if we're thinking truly from a party sense,
Yeah.
how much would that
it
be?
would-
Like $2,000?
Protection from, There's
Well, I have communal protection from evil.
okay, so that would be.
I don't have the regular one.
Yeah, no, so that's fine. So he's got that covered.
I mean, maybe we don't need to worry about it then. I
Um,
just have 1,000 gold left.
Sucks. Sucks having 1,000 gold.
Yeah, we should spend it.
Yeah, all on black. Dude, I remember we got like 3,000 gold. and
Yeah.
We're so rich.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Gamble, dude. Let's piss it down.
And heroism is fucking third level as well. Third level. Non-detect.
Who is this?
This is a figure that my friend sent me because I told him I was a rogue, but maybe I didn't say,
You have many.
or I didn't say half orc, so he sent me a halfling because they're usually rogues.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So he just kind of chills in my dice bag.
I have this guy
Can I do
in my
it?
dice bag.
Ross, where did you snag Northeast from?
My mother drove through town from Minneapolis to Florida and
Nice.
got a 12-pack Northeast.
What is Northeast?
It
So
is.
good.
It's a beer. It is
Uh-huh.
a amber lager made by the Grain Belt Brewing Company of Minneapolis, Minnesota. They don't distribute outside of kind of the tri-state area there. It's beer.
What's the other states?
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. You can get a Northeast in
I
Iowa.
feel like
or
there's like 4 states there.
I sell Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. you can get a
Is it
Northeast.
like an institution? Like
So their original
Shell
beer
Brewing.
was called Premium, and it was a
Yeah.
yeah.
kind of banana-y lager.
Mm.
Kind of had that isoamyl acetate and a yeasty lager.
Okay.
It's great. There's a giant in downtown Minneapolis. There's a giant sign in Grain Belt.
Premium.
It's like an iconic Premium Grain Belt. We used to call it Brain Melt.
It's like
Okay, so it's like
shells. Like Minnesota beer is Grain Belt and Shells, and like Shells bought Grain Belt now.
Yeah.
okay.
They put out Northeast, which is a neighbor. My mother lives in the Northeast neighborhood. It's the old Polish neighborhood, north and east of downtown.
Mm.
Northeast. So they named the beer after it because that's where the old brewery was.
Ah.
Which Polish, German.
So like, but was like, I guess I'm trying to draw to is like, this is like a brewery that predates the like
Oh yeah,
breweries.
100 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
Over.
It's the third.
90s or something.
It's the third oldest family-owned brewery in the U.S.
Damn.
You're
Or
wrong.
second.
Go away.
Which is great.
If Francesca and I were a little tight during the conversation, but I feel as though we had a lovely time.
Hemingway tight, not the club.
Hemingway type. What do you mean Hemingway type?
Have you ever read The Sun Also
Ah.
Rises?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Drizzy.
Right.
A couple of 9 beers deep.
Man, I was on my birthday, I let myself rewatch one of my favorite movies. It's a Woody Allen movie. I watch it this fucking.
Yeah.
I watched Midnight Paris, and the dude who plays Anthony in that movie just fucking crushes it.
No,
Like,
it's a
it's
good
just so. It's exactly how I imagine that guy to be.
all right.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Second.
So with a little bit of crafting and a little bit of buying from Largo, you guys managed to spend down the remainder of your free money. Or
And then what did we
Little
spend
money.
this extra?
You got a G?
I got a G.
So you're just doing the non-detect and you're
And
doing the heroism. Okay.
Both of those are amazing and yeah, very useful.
Yeah, I'm not saying just.
I appreciate it, you. Appreciate my contribution.
How are you fixed for footwear, dude? I just picked up some boots and they're gonna be a game changer.
I have slippers of reduced person.
Ah,
And it would be cool if I could get them like blessed with +1, but it's not really all that necessary.
Can you get them blessed with like striding and spraying? Can you turn it into
I think that there's I think a descriptor, one descriptor per. But isn't it 1,000 gold to get a +1?
Well, I mean, if you want a +1 to what?
Armor class, man. +1 slippers.
Well, it's not going to stack with mage armor.
Well, fair.
Rusty defenses.
So
maybe not.
So yeah, I mean, at this point, mage armor is all day for you, pretty much.
Yes.
So it's kind of pointless to get anything less than a +5.
Well, +5 would be expensive.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
It's a rubber pencil.
I have-
Let's see one of these.
I have
transportation.
1060 right now, and we can spend it on whatever we want. And if we want to go gambling at the gambling house, we can do that.
are we
Yes.
doing all this in Pentarose?
If
I
you
assume so.
if you
You got a
If
crappy
you-
here.
if you wanted to say, I'll play a little fast and loose with this. If you wanted to move the striding and springing to another piece of equipment, I would let you do that. There would be a cost associated with moving an enchantment from one thing to another. And then also, since you're already talking about a magic item, when you add a new effect to a magic item, the cost of that new effect is 50% more than its original.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that I need the striding and springing. Would that increases my movement speed by how much? 10.
It's not
So I'd
bad.
be like normal movement speed. I don't really need that. The things that I don't have is I don't have a face mask. Because he's more of like like he does his own research. I don't have a I don't have like a, I don't know, fucking
A husk.
some sort of husk. I don't have bracers, and I don't have gloves.
Wait,
There's
what?
some dragon stuff if you'd like
What did
some.
you got new boots? What did you get?
Ross?
Yeah.
I bought the boots of striding and springing off of Yanni for a song.
Yeah.
No, I had the boots and I bought new boots of flying.
You got them from Yanni. I got them from you.
No. Yeah.
You
No.
got them.
Yeah.
No, you got them from me.
Yeah. Bort got them from Mirok or got them from Uhtred, but
Yeah.
Uhtred got them from Yanni when
Uh-huh.
Yanni upgraded to
Uh-huh.
boots of speed.
And I have boots of flight.
It's all blasted.
And when you drill down, if you go back to episode 57, Uhtred actually stole the boots from you.
Uhtred really
Yeah,
wanted to
he'll-
fly on his own.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I guess there is an item that might be floating around that could use a home, and
Okay.
that is because Mirok currently has 3 rings.
Oh.
Dude, I have 2 rings.
My ring is going to Borley.
You talk to me.
I'm gonna give it to you later, not right now.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's fine.
When we go to Kyle, I'm gonna give it to you.
Is it like a ring of not being a dick?
Kind of.
And you think
You
I
guys
have
don't
more
have
control?
that kind of an artifact level.
And then Dan, don't I still we might have already done it and I missed it, but don't I have quite a bit of dragon scale to offload?
Yeah, I mean, you have a giant dragon amount of dragon skin,
You have a huge.
which is below.
It would have been gargantuan
but
if
it is
you'd
shitty
skinned it
rolls.
better.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably make some armor out of that.
Well, I was just thinking if
We talked.
It was a full paw because you were walking around in metallic
Yeah.
dragon armor.
This is chromatic. Too bad.
So- A little
The
larger.
chromatic is still going to piss off certain people.
Yeah.
But the people it's going to piss off, you probably want to piss off.
It would be good for them to come out of the woodwork.
I bite my thumb at you, sir.
I bet from you.
I think that how long does protection against evil communal last? Just as an aside to discuss more like.
I think it's 1
dailies.
minute per level, and he has to share it, those minutes across.
Yeah. So like I think like functionally it breaks down like 10 rounds.
And how much is a bottle of just regular protection from evil?
To make it, which he could help you make it, 500 gold pieces.
It's remarkably worth it for Largo.
Now, you could also make a communal, and then you could kind of share that, but that would cost 2,000 to make.
you saying protection from evil?
Yeah.
I am sorry, I misspoke. I have protection from energy evil. I do not have protection from evil.
Protection from evil is going to be necessary.
I wrote it down as
Protection,
PFE.
yeah, protection from evil is, is deflection bonus isn't going to matter because you all have rings of protection that are better. But the fact that it makes you immune to charms and compulsions from evil sources is huge.
Yeah, I don't have it.
So 2,000 gold pieces to craft it. So that means I would need another 940 gold pieces.
I give you 940 gold pieces.
You do?
Yeah.
And we immediately spend it on a bauble of protection from evil communal, which is a second level spell. And I have 5 baubles.
And 5 copper.
Yeah. Well, I still have 115 copper.
Okay.
I made a lot of money from curing crippled people, so you can have it.
You charged them?
No, it was like rich people were just getting the money. I took money from rich people to cure their rich children.
Oh, okay.
It's a sliding scale.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You
It's
pick-
kind of like, yeah, you're under this level, you get them free.
Yeah. So rich people should pay more for things.
It's like speeding in like Finland.
Well, nobody paid. A bunch of people offered you stuff, and you turned away.
Yeah, it was.
You
Yeah,
turned
it was-
away the offering from before.
Yeah, there were gifts given
Oh, this was a gift.
to me. Yeah, it's like when like dignitaries give politicians gifts. And like, oh, this is a gift. Okay.
Of $500,000 towards your campaign.
It's a 747.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a present though.
Yeah, I remember like going to the JFK Museum in Boston. They had like all these are gifts from dignitaries. I'm like, this is bribes. These are all bribes.
It's a Mercedes.
That's how it
a
would work.
bulletproof Mercedes.
What are you gonna use that? No, it's that Tuesday.
Okay, so
Look at Code Red.
Wow,
See, that's
classic.
that's not code red. That's
not
gamer
a
fuel.
good, not a gamer fuel. Nice gamer fuel.
It used to be called.
It's got no. There's code red in there too. That's a different one. That's actually like somewhat like a half diet. It's only 100 calories.
Okay, it tastes like Jello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm judging the shit out of that. That's disgusting.
I am drinking it for a purpose. I'm tired for it.
You're fueling your gamer.
Okay.
Oh, we're back.
So focused.
So I, out of curiosity, how are you approaching the diamond dilemma?
We were planning on declaring it to the Duchess of Pentarose, which I think now that we've resolved the Badger situation in Tarnholm,
Yeah.
we're in Penrose. We would just seek an audience and be like, yo, we have.
I think touching base with the. When was the last time we touched base?
We
with
have
the
to touch base with the Duchess. That's
It's
all
always
we need to
she's
say.
our-
We rolled up at level 13. We were like,
I enjoy going to the Duchess.
dragon. She's supposed to leave.
It was after the war. It was after the campaign,
Yeah. It was pretty much, I think it was right before we went.
right before we went into the Underdark.
No, because it was like level 13 or 14, and we didn't reach level. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, we leveled up twice in the Underdark.
We did, didn't we? Okay, never mind. Yeah, so it was right before then. There you go.
Yeah. So declaring to the Duchess 10,714 diamonds are in the possession of
worth
Roses
of
of
diamonds, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, not sorry. We say to the Duchess.
I mean,
what?
The diamonds.
Oh yeah, he's like, we got it, we're home.
we wanted to tell her first.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Well, she's our liaison.
She's
our political liaison.
She's our patron. She built the roses are red.
We have fealty.
With trust.
She does
Love her.
tell you. Sorry?
She's a lover.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah. She is.
You guys don't even know.
Does tell you that she's going to have to send, if you're not just turning them into her, she has to send send a message to the king.
Yeah.
And she's not sure what your capabilities are. She, Gideon told her that you spoke to her, or that you spoke to him while you were in the Underdark.
Mhm.
So if you have the ability to send messages across great distances instantaneously, you might want to just reach out to the King's treasure or something and, get this. Because if you're off and then, it's kind of like saying, you're going to have to argue this to some extent. You're going to have to, she's not in a place to argue this for you.
That we get to keep them.
Especially because her relationship with the king is far less congenial than, say, Lord Gavrick's.
Yeah.
So, if Lord Gavrick says they've got diamonds, that's good, right? It's a whole different than her saying they've got diamonds, that's good, right? It's just it comes from a completely different place.
Is it direct communique? Not like in ascending, but like eventually, right? Reach out to the treasurer, be like, we request an audience with the king. We go have an audience.
Well, I think if we're requesting the treasurer, we just talk to the treasurer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's not able to make the decision on whether or not we're able to.
It's more of a thing like if you send a sending directly to the king, that's bad.
Yeah.
You don't send a
You
message to
go
the king when he's
through
on the pot.
a vassal.
Yeah.
For us, it's the Duchess, and I mean Gavrick, Schmaverick. He was
You're
good.
cool, Gavrick.
Yeah,
It's okay.
he's your guy. But the
Should we go
Duchess-
through Gavrick or should we go through? Because the Duchess is telling us not to go through her. Should we go through Gavrick or should we go through the treasurer who we've never met?
That's the thing. Yeah. Because I just think about who's it like the tax assessor dude who came up out of the hole
The
last.
small potatoes.
Yeah, Dan was like, if you tell him, he's gonna, fight. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be with the king's treasure, but it would be a weird, who the fuck are you guys? Why are you in my brain?
The Duchess, as our patron, she's advising us.
Yeah.
She's saying, hey, you know my relationship. Perhaps you don't know my relationship with the king.
Yeah.
I'm advising you to do this.
Yeah.
Because we have, just through the war, martial
We met.
prowess. We've got history with Gavrick. Dan makes a good point.
This is just Uhtred speaking out of turn, or off his head, but we do everything for these people. Do they not at some point just be like, hey, if they contact us, it's probably important. Why do we have to go through all this?
Because they're nobles and they're into.
That's Uhtred. I get it, but that's Uhtred just saying that.
I think they're better than they
Yeah,
are, and we have to do
You
that.
think you're better than me?
Because you've kept their kingdom safe for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
They kept their kingdom safe for the entirety of your lives prior to that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have a kingdom if it wasn't for us.
Well, let's not say that.
Yeah, but
Has there been any existential threat that you actually stopped? That
London
granted,
was not great.
yeah. Granted, that you guys participating in the war was a drastic benefit.
Do you
But are
think
you absolutely
we could
certain
defeat
they
it?
would have lost without?
It would be about a 50-50. I think it's
I
safe
mean,
to say it would be a 50-50.
the Eben Ruin.
Yeah.
Was out to
She just rolled up into Gavrick's spot while the king was
while
there.
the king was there.
That was just Uhtred talking.
Yeah.
Was the king not there at that
It was
point?
Jenkins.
Oh, okay. But the king was fucking
The
there.
king was literally present while the dragon rolled in, laid waste to the space, and bounced.
So yeah, you have options. It does, how you approach it is going to.
Well, if the Duchess is giving us heart-to-heart advice, hey, and our goal is to keep all these diamonds.
That is the goal. Because we die a lot.
We do.
Well,
Big
Largo
swings.
dies a lot.
Hi,
He feels bad about it.
Or kills
Like,
a lot.
how many times we die? 2.
Yeah, the other thing is Kung Pao chicken.
Twice within 3 sessions.
We want them done.
And again, one of them was
Okay, so we're
I think we just make it simple and do what the Duchess says.
T. Rizzy does.
we're in audience with the Duchess. We're like physically there. We're in the palace.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm T. Rizzy now.
Okay.
Luncheon, tea, no meal, just a
Tell
talk.
me, I'll just.
Just a talk.
I mean, you guys are kind of. You're no longer at a point where it's like we send a message to the Duchess. She lets us know when she can talk to us. It's more like a hey, we need to talk to, and she's like, "My afternoon's free. Come on over."
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
That's because she wants Uhtred so bad and she just loves seeing him.
It's a well-known
I
fact.
imagine this one she's probably in her bath.
Uhtred's not married at all.
No, married to the game.
Thanks for that money.
Uh-huh.
All the types of sauces.
Big sauce guy.
No, Uhtred isn't married. He just got a baby mama.
He's not. Yeah.
Who would slaughter him if he did anything?
Wedding ceremony.
Loves me.
From death.
We drink all that.
Anyway, love you, bye. As Campbell says at the end of his tour, hey, cash goes to nonprofits. Ass and grass goes to your boy. What's up?
He does say that. I saw a bumper sticker.
So fucking hard.
I saw a bumper sticker on a truck the other day that said ass, ass, or ass. The tank's full and I'm already high. It rocked my world. Like all caps, like ass, 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 or ass, and then underneath it, yeah. So
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's great.
it's poetry, dude.
Ass and grass go to your boy. What's up?
I've been tipped out in weed before from a tour.
Cool.
Yeah, a couple of times.
I was tipped at Liberty Bicycles for repairing bikes multiple times with just a handful of like loose nug.
Sorry.
We're like, okay.
Loose nug. Well, loose nug.
I think in the 5 years I worked at a gas station, I was tipped less than 10 times.
Yeah.
Mostly quarters.
We'll see what?
Quarters.
Mm.
A single quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that's nice. You know, don't go to only one vending machine.
Oh, good. It's a Hawaii quarter.
This was before those.
Oh, yes.
Who was bicentennial quarter?
Those are the ones.
Those are gonna be valuable someday. You better hold on to that.
Yeah, one of those and 2 articles.
The value of this money is going to be more than money. Oh, okay.
It's also like talking about like
Because that makes sense.
everyone says crypto's the new money, but I don't see commercials for money on during the Super Bowl. There's just like a shit ton of crypto commercials during the Super Bowl.
There's some, maybe it's like Chris Rock or somebody. He's got like an old stand-up. Like, you don't see commercials for money. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
You don't see commercials for money.
They've already cornered the market on money.
Like when like Nicholas II like freed the serfs, they were just
Yeah.
like placards for money in St. Peter. They're like, hey, check this out. We're
No
moving to
way.
a capitalist economy. You're not bound to the land.
I can have it and acquire things with it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Have
god.
you heard about this thing? It's called money.
Thanks, Nick.
I won't go acquire these things myself. I will toil for someone else, and they will pay me something that I can acquire
It's
things.
definitely different than feudalism. So different.
How's your Chinese food, Uhtred?
Yeah.
I had pizza.
Nice.
The Chinese is closed in this town on Tuesdays.
That's what I'm kind of like, you know, what's the word? Kevin Bacon, like Iowa, like on Tuesdays, you don't do Chinese and you don't dance.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, a footloose situation with the Chinese food.
No Chinese food on Tuesdays. There's 3 spots, but one I don't venture to.
Have you watched Footloose, Glenn?
Yeah, I've seen Footloose.
You know the time where they're doing the tractor race at each other, and Kevin Bacon's like, I can't make it stop.
Yeah.
He like jumps off it. That's the most unbelievable scene in that movie because the tractor, you just pull it back to the little turtle. Like every tractor, turtle, you just pull it back to the turtle and it stops.
You got a turtle and a rabbit.
Or just pull the key out. It's like, what do you mean you don't know how to stop it?
Maybe it's faulty. Right to repair. Hashtag right to repair.
Man, you still take the key out, the thing stops. It's a tractor.
What if the key was stuck?
What if it went haywire?
He didn't assess the situation at all, Trevor.
The Kevin Bates?
He just panicked and jumped out of there.
Is the character a
Wasn't
farmer?
his shoelace caught on something?
The shoe was like caught on like, I don't know, like the clutch?
Yeah.
If he's not careful, that's gonna tear
You know what wouldn't happen to? Daniel Wilson.
Whoa!
You know Ralph Macchio is 60 years old?
Hmm?
The fuck?
He doesn't
Looks
look.
great.
He also doesn't know that Cobra Kai is a comedy. And if you watch it with those goggles on, it becomes way funnier. Unaware.
What's that?
Ralph Macchio doesn't know Cobra Kai is a comedy. You just put that into your brain and then rewatch Cobra Kai, and it becomes way funnier if you're just like, this man thinks that he's in just like a reboot of the drama he starred in as a child.
Someone pointed out, and I realized it was a lot funnier than I initially thought. But there was a point where he was telling Johnny, that Mr. Miyagi said, the best thing to do is be there.
Yeah.
And he's like, this guy taught you his ancestral wisdom of 100 years, and you couldn't help him out with his English. No, be there. That's stupid. Don't be there.
Incredible.
Don't be there.
He's an absolute gem.
And Miyagi, that actor is from like New Jersey and
Not
does
really.
not have.
No, he's not from
That-
the.
He was Arnold from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes his accent like.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's like Don Cheadle in fucking Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah. He wasn't a Hutu.
Or a Tutsi.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, I
ugh!
imagine they would all have a problem with that.
Well,
Because those people are racist as fuck.
I'll ask my friend Dion. She's a Tutsi. Dion, how do you feel about Don Cheadle's portrayal of Hotel Rwanda?
It's on this Ralph Macchio thing.
And you should ask her how she feels about Ralph Macchio's performance in Cobra Kai
Yeah.
Definitely.
as well.
Yeah, my friend Dion definitely watches Cobra Kai.
Well, if she doesn't, she should.
Oh, that's what I say to everyone, man. Well, you can't change the world.
All right, so what are you guys doing? Who are you talking to? How are you approaching this? I need a...
I think Gavrik. Sending to Gavrik.
Yeah,
Explain the situation and be like, please advocate for us.
Okay. I think it's cool. We're also heading to this town.
To Gaverstown?
Mm-hmm. Are you sending or are you going?
Sending.
Yeah, I think
Well on the way.
Well,
Well, on the microsecond of transport that it takes for teleport to get you there.
No, just we'll send it on. I was just saying like we're gonna be there too, so if it comes the whole thing, you just
Yeah.
physically meet him.
All right, so I got 20 words
Mhm.
with the bauble, and I say, "Ahoy, Captain!"
No, this is with your shadow evocation. It's not a ball.
Oh yeah. So I say, "Ahoy, Captain!"
Yeah, boy.
It seems, ahoy, Gavrick. It seems as though we have come in to the to the possession
Yeah.
of over 10,000 gold pieces worth of sand.
Okay.
You're not going to say what it is.
You could have. You chose
And
not
then,
to.
no, it's all good. Again, diamonds.
That's it. But you wait like 5 minutes.
No, diamonds.
Well, like as you are like, you hear in your head, possession of 10,000 gold pieces of what? Okay.
And then no, but I continue. Diamonds. Full stop. Please advise as to the best way of convincing the king that we should be able.
You're just going to tip our.
And then I just say, and then I look around and I realize what's happening and I go, keep.
That moment where I can tell you have a degree in English. That's padding and paper right there. Just stretch that shit out.
14 point font. 16 point font.
He won't notice if I make the
Triple
margins 1.1.
A moment passes, and he replies, "Just wanted to make sure there wasn't any more.
Fair.
Yeah. When will you be in Kyla next?"
I cast another sending spell and say, soon, period. How about you, question mark.
We're fine here. How are you?
We're all fine here. We're all fine here.
Exactly like that.
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah. I live here.
Again,
Liege Lord of the Land.
on
Uh-huh.
just OMW.
Okay, cool.
Is that 4 spell slots?
Dude, I don't know.
Worth it. So fucking worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more.
I'll mark it down in a sec.
Little spell slots for that.
Now we blow some teleports.
We're still in
often he dies.
Penteros.
Slows force.
We're sending, we've just had an advisory meeting with the Duchess. We're still at the palace duchy estate. Driving. This is happening while we're there, still on the grounds.
I feel like this happened after. I don't feel like Largo is going to have a conversation with another noble, while talking to the Duchess.
Yeah, definitely after.
I just wanted to say what up to the vicar
Oh, I love that song.
while we were, it was Elvis Costello.
I didn't give him
Say what's
ETA.
up to the vicar. Yeah, that's you got it.
Okay, yeah, you touch base with him. He says, "Not too much. There was an avenue of revenue I was hoping would play up to something more, but so far it hasn't borne much fruit.
Work-wise, it may be a slightly longer play than initially anticipated, but I believe the orchard shall be fruitful, and it will be an orchard by the time I'm done.
I hope so. I hate to invest in a barren field.
I subtly, indicate subtly. Yeah, there we go. Subtly indicate to the sort of badge of Delic that I'm visibly displaying on my chest, next to my roses are red badge that I also got from the homies. I got a roses are red badge from Vacation Shields when we left. On special request. I don't know if you got one. No, I got one. But I indicate to it and say a sort of like farmy metaphor for money. And unsubtly, but you know. And yeah.
He says, well, I always knew it. Now you do.
All right, feels good. Got the support. He's the guy. Cool.
Were you concerned you'd be like, oh man, I don't want you in my church?
I mean, I'm still taking it for a test drive, but it seems like a good fit.
Yeah, totally.
You're the dude who's trying to open up a chain of restaurants on a newly finished highway.
Yeah. Make a
I
move.
mean,
Trying to run a string of legit businesses here.
that's a
Legitimate.
Legitimate
it's a
businesses.
very delicate move.
Mm-hmm.
Franchise.
Yeah. Legitimate businesses.
Literally all of the churches of Delic are franchises.
I believe it.
They have to be licensed from the primary church. And
Who's
there's
the primary one?
whichever one happens to be in charge in a kingdom or geographic area.
It's the vicar. It's in MLM.
Well, the vicar has a franchise. He has
Mhm.
to license it from the pontiff.
Mm-hmm.
Who does the pontiff license it from?
Sort of a triangular shaped kind of a structure.
Apparently, he licensed it from Delic himself.
Wow,
The god.
he's the guy who can
The
speak
god.
to that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Touch base with the vicar. Feel good about that. Rocking the badge. Making that money.
Okay. So next on the agenda.
Oh, right. To go meet Maverick, and I think we have some amount of time before Armin arrives.
Yeah, he said he was running a little bit late. But I mean, this is all that happened in like one day. This, you guys are no longer in that place where it takes you days or weeks or whatever to get menial tasks taken care of.
Yeah.
And just so you know, what you just experienced with the sending spell, Largo's new to this whole being the utility guy thing. So just give him time; it'll change. Not much, but it'll change.
Not much.
I think the idea is that, in the near future, you're going to be checking in with Armin on a regular basis to see if he's in Kylie yet.
Yeah.
And that was the intention.
Yeah, totally.
They did utilize you for ascending last session, right? touch base with him.
Yeah, you did the roll, the survival rolls. Okay.
Okay, so
Here's the earth. Shit.
Yeah. Differential.
But I am very tired.
Dude, flash animation.
Yeah.
What a lost art form.
It's right there.
We're in transit.
we're in well, not
Active
really.
teleportation.
There's no transit about it. It's just when do y'all want to go? Because here we are.
Yeah, let's go to Kylo.
So you get all your shit taken care of. The next day you go talk to the Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
Then the day after that, you plan to go to Kyla?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to just like keep on going?
No, I think yeah.
Do you
Chill.
have anything else to do here?
Well, I mean, should we check in with Berg and see how the, like do a little visit to the estate?
Oh,
We kind of-
did. Everything's chill there. It's cool.
Yeah, everything's great.
Pretty mellow.
What's chill about it?
Well, so
You're saying chill, but I'm not hearing chill.
Mhm.
Remember that time we were like, oh, I think that she's possessed by an evil spirit, and then we were like, what do we do? I don't know, we were like plane shift, and like she wasn't possessed anymore, and we were like, well. Evil spirit lives in the house now. It's a horrifying felt ragdoll monster that Brick seems to have a tenuous grip on.
Rick's got it.
Brick's got it. It's not romantic. Brick made it very clear it's not at least it's not a physical romance.
Okay,
But she seems to be helping Brick do bricky things.
Can we evaluate? And this is just for my just sheer player desires. Can we evaluate? Brick has been doing a lot of stuff. He's probably the only player-made NPC this campaign who has been just consistently doing shit. What level is Brick?
I think you mentioned that last session.
I'd like that too. What all has he been doing?
Largo, give me a spellcraft check.
He's been keeping hounds since Free the Riffraff.
Yeah, I know, but like, he's not exactly good.
34.
34.
Who is?
You spent some of your crafting time with him because
Yeah.
you guys have that Wondrous Item crafting table in the Cordesia estate. There's also one in the mines under Tarnholm that Dakota is using because he doesn't want to hang out with Brick.
Fair. I like Brick. Largo likes Brick.
And you utilized his assistance. If you guys had to craft everything you wanted to craft on your own, it probably would have taken you like 90 days.
Yeah.
But with Dakota and Brick and Cheska and the there's the clockwork
That kind of.
ballet that also helps. So like with all of that assistance, you managed to condense much more crafting into a much shorter period of time. And Brick took his payment in the corpse of a mind flayer, which he's highly excited about.
Yeah. Understandable. I mean,
And
Brick's
like
never
in the
scared
time
me.
that you were, crafting down there with him, like the mind flayer's body went through many, many stages of dismantling.
Yeah.
And he was doing stuff with the parts.
Brick's our guy.
You feel like he is probably
20th.
you're not sure. You figure that, he probably casts 4th or 5th level spells.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty badass.
As a prepared caster, that would put him at like 9 or 10 max.
Yeah.
On the topic of crafting, hello, sir. You can join me up here. The portable hole Mirak made, can he use it to go down to the mines and just open it and just go over the anvil and then close it and then just carry the anvil with him? Because it's been a stressor for him that like this relic is just sitting there.
You would have to open it up on a flat surface and then put whatever you want into it.
Yeah.
So you couldn't open it up over something and then drop it down.
Totally cool.
It just doesn't work that way.
Last session, I did ask Dakuta to help me move it in exchange for dragon skills.
Mm-hmm.
Can Dakuta at all do any magician?
Um,
Or I mean, I could just stone shape and just fucking flop the thing sideways anyway. Yeah, basically.
Hope it doesn't break.
Yeah, just miners and tunnels. Everybody's like, what is happening?
It's very heavy.
Yeah, huge. I mean, it's probably the size of this
Massive.
table. Just iron.
Uhtred can carry
It's
it.
10 feet by 10 feet. Like, I think the bigger thing is it gonna fit?
Is it gonna go through?
Because it is, the portable hole is a 10 by 10 foot space,
Mhm.
a 10 by 10 by 10 foot space.
Yeah.
The anvil, and it's got like horns
Yeah.
coming out. Like it might just not, like maybe diagonally, but it's not just gonna easily slide in there.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. That's just where my character's coming from. Like this is, I mean, I saw Bort crab, some other cultures super important ancestral thing. Mine's just sitting in a cave by itself.
Right, but you're also sitting here thinking, well, it's this hard for me to figure out how to move it.
Yeah, just picture you with like the portable hole, just like trying to put a full fitted bed sheet on a queen bed.
Yeah, you're just
You just got the final. You're like, it's working, and now you're on the final.
well,
corner.
it's also I want to move it. I want to put it in Tarnal Town Hall eventually. That's my plan.
Above ground.
Yeah, I want to be like, yo, we got this shit. At some point in the future.
Give me a
Embarrassing on the major
straight intelligence check.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Or no, it's a 9. I'm sorry, it's a 9.
Okay.
I lean forward, but not enough.
22.
What?
22. Plus 10.
Oh, plus 10.
And then my modifier is 3.
Yeah, you're pondering this and trying to figure out what you're gonna do about that whole situation, and then you see Uhtred, bugging Largo, and he goes and reaches into Largo's handy haversack and pulls out a skull. Says, "Make it big again."
Oh, fuck, yeah. You can make things small.
I go, oh yeah. We gotta do that outside. We have to do that outside.
Yeah. It's in a cave.
Also, I can't do it. I don't have a large person.
No, you make it.
The animal. Oh, I just.
Make the animal small.
I know, but like I'm thinking about Uhtred's thing first.
No.
I reduced it. I can just dismiss the spell on it, right? No, it's like a permanent effect.
It's not permanent. In fact, it
It's
probably
14 days.
happened.
It's coming close on.
Yeah, I think it's like.
I think we talked about that. Didn't we talk about making sure we?
We
Got it.
did. I'm remembering more about this now. The dragons.
Yeah, 1 day per level.
Okay, cool. So it's just patience, and I go. Oh! I look at the anvil and I go, oh, and then I go over to you and I
look
go,
at the anvil.
and I go, don't let this offend you. And then,
So it's now like probably this big.
yeah, it's probably the size of like this table, right? Because it doesn't reduce by 8 times, is it?
It reduces to 1/16 in every dimension.
Oh, 1/16 because it's reduced item. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's about 8 inches by 8 inches by 2 inches.
And then I pick it up and put it back down.
Largo tries to pick it up, and it is still a block of pure adamantine. It weighs like 16 pounds.
Still more than I can pick up.
I thank you, and I put it in my portable hole, and I fold up my portable hole. And I put it in my pocket.
Did I say 14? Did I say 15 days?
I think it would be okay if it enlarged there. 'Cause you said it's like the right amount of space, but it's about getting it in.
We have to like open it again, and then I fucking reduce the thing again.
If it tears a hole in the portable hole,
Oh fuck!
everything in the portable hole gets lost in the astral plane.
Yeah.
You can't just carry that thing on.
And I mean, the thing is, your portable hole is a 10 by 10 foot square.
Yeah.
So if it is not sitting dead center, and in that configuration, when it expands, one of those corners, I mean, and the inside of yours is stony. It's not leathery. We went over all this.
Yes.
So yeah, you're fairly certain if that expands the wrong way inside there, it's going to smash the inside of your portable hole to shit.
So now we just do some math and put it in a very particular place inside town hall so that when it expands, it will be perfectly placed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'll do.
Math.
Okay, we started on the 49th of the soak. So we said to assume that we did this on the 51st of the soak based on like the amount of stuff we've been doing.
I mean, this could have. I imagine this actually, like, this could have happened much earlier than that because, you know, when you guys got back to Tarnholm, I imagine Uhtred would be like, "I want my skull."
Yeah.
You know, and it wouldn't be, 40 days later. Otherwise, Uhtred or Largo's handy haversack would have exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what day would you say?
Well, I'd say that, you figured this out probably about 7 days into the crafting period. So that would have still been in Mazok because you're currently in Yanban.
And where did we put, where were we going to put the skull?
So this would have been like the 55th or 50th.
50th of the soak.
So
Okay, so then on the
now,
4th
with I'm gonna use the same. You're thinking about the anvil with that same intelligence. You know that like these anvils are kept in highly secure, well guarded, well protected places. They are cultural artifacts, and like your town hall is not the same as like the Dane of Cass's vault.
Mm-hmm.
The one that is in Kyla is like they don't allow visitors to see it. Only people who work on it have ever actually laid eyes on it. This is like you putting it on display in Podum BFE might be considered a drastic insult culturally.
Okay.
You're an iconoclast, though. Don't let these old square-ass honkies tell you what to do with your anvil.
That's kind of this. Like I'm kind of trying to chart a new path here.
And also, if this thing goes out before you make some sort of agreement with Cass about it, because technically it belongs to Clan Coldax.
Yeah, but we said like what they'd done on it kind of put them in an incredible position of shame.
Right.
So
That shame does not convey to the kingdom of Cass. That still, holds it as a cultural relic.
how do clans acquire them then?
Well, at this point, it's been a long time before any have
Changed hands.
Well, there was one that's changed hands fairly recently, but that was one clan passed it on to another clan because the old clan was without successors, and the new clan was basically the best smiths in Cass. So, and it was cleared. It was cleared by, the authorities, and everyone knew it was happening, and it was a political, discussion about whether or not it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, like, on the one hand, you're probably not going to lose the fight if Cass comes to try and repossess it.
That's not a fight I want to have.
But do you want to fight with them, or do you want to settle the matter first and then own it when you are within your rights to do so?
I mean, that could be, we could go to Cass.
I was planning on Mirror being a trip anyways, just because he has to return these bodies. But I was thinking that'd be like an off-screen thing.
Or
I mean,
return
I
the
think it could be-
bodies.
Yeah.
This all needs to be on
We
screen.
gotta go pick those bodies up.
This is
Still in the
Mirok's
warehouse.
curve, man. I'm down. Let's
Okay.
follow
Pretty
Mirok.
sure that 100 supports Mirok's decision.
Yeah, I spent like 5 hours today building Cass. So.
Oh, okay, sick. What's the month that comes after Mizzou?
Yanaban. Which you're going to be like, it's the 22nd of Yanaban after you speak to the Duchess.
Okay, so it's the 4th of Yanaban, and this thing will.
I mean, you can move it, but it's pretty fucking safe where it was.
You could take it to Cass.
Alright.
You could take it to Cass and show him.
I think I might do that, but for right now, I'll leave it.
When you return, aren't we gonna go return
Or you
the
could put it
bodies?
in Uhtred's basement, let him use it as a pool table.
No, I put it in my basement, which I don't think I've shown anyone. And there's no record.
Do you have a sweet crib like me?
No,
No,
in
yeah.
my house. In
Oh,
Carly.
internal, you have a basement.
Yeah, I don't need stairs because I can just melt through stone.
I have a mansion.
Well,
crib.
like, with like weeks of downtime, Mirok has an entire,
Yeah.
Catacomb.
My vision's been going. It's kind of Largo's tower, just been going down.
Yeah. As is, you're right.
Cool. I move it to my house then, and I put it there. Just go back up to my floor. So it's like in a bunker, but it's my bunker. Like no Aaron Sport would accidentally find it with the wrong pickaxe.
I think the other thing was that entire area that that Coldax had was lined in lead.
Was it? Okay. Well, if I know that, I'm not gonna move it. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Is it radioactive? Is the anvil?
No, lead detects from divination.
Ah,
stuff.
gotcha.
So like scrying
To
onto it or
scry.
locate object or anything like that.
Yeah. Then never mind. Good to know. Move it.
I mean, you could end up doing that too. And Dakuda has a basement under his house that is lined in lead.
It's not. I'll just leave it here. What do I want to do with it next?
Let's go drop these bodies off.
Yeah.
I gotta go meet Gabby.
We gotta go
Yeah, we gotta go meet
I
Gabby.
got diamonds. Then we gotta go pick up our bodies.
talk to Seymour.
Well, that might happen after dropping off the bodies, because he's still very much in transit, right?
Yeah, he's got the bodies.
He's in transit, right?
Yeah, but it's
Very much in transit.
with bodies.
With bodies.
In tow.
So we're gonna meet him there. That's what I'm saying.
In a warehouse.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because he's got
He fucking better.
He's very much.
Hey, my guy always comes through, okay?
OMW.
All right, so the 22nd of Yanaban, you guys wake up, grab a bush of pillow makeup,
Yeah.
and teleport to Kyla after what I'm assuming is your morning ritual spells and
All
preparations.
Wine.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Wine, breakfast. Largo makes eggs.
40 to the 6.
They're fine.
Where does Largo stay?
Largo stays with Mirok on the couch, probably begrudgingly. Because Largo, asked.
In terminal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he like go into the closet, cast Magnificent Mansion, go and sleep in there, and then wake up really early in the morning and hop out onto the cot?
No, it's like a group. It's like a group. It's a thing for groups. I'm on the stone couch. I'd imagine. Largo thinks that everything Murak possesses is made of stone.
Even if it's not.
No, you know, he would guess that it is.
Yeah.
He's surprised when it's not. I think he's just like, hey, well,
Yeah, I think maybe Uhtred was out at the mine cart until the wee hours of the morning, stumbling home about 2 hours before we head out.
I just picture like Largo, like walking out of the closet, like the weird guy from Real Genius, you know, the old Dr. movie.
Yeah.
It's like just comes out of a closet, like it's just a fucking closet, but you know.
But in fact, I think every now and again I want like a real world, you know, sleep. Is it cool if I stay on your couch?
Or like Dante.
Yeah.
At the
That's
start.
where Largo's planning.
Yeah.
He's like, he doesn't mention it to you before, but that's where like inwardly he's like planning on staying.
There's not a couch, but also I know you can just make a tower. So like you come over and I just
You
like
suggest the tower.
no, you come over and I just like go make an alcove in the wall. I'm like, anywhere you want. And I just like go.
All right, then I make the tower.
Then it's the floor.
You sleep in the floor.
You guys have like the weirdest houses.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like the Buddha's house looks completely normal, but there's just a fine layer of dust over everything because he doesn't actually stay in the above ground portion of his house. He's got his like laboratory and everything underground that he spends all his time in. And
So it's your house. It's this house right here.
yeah.
Uhtred has the coolest house.
Your house is
His
just
weapons room.
drum. Yeah.
Largo has an apartment in Solomon.
Which you've never been to.
I know, I've been there several times.
Okay.
How did
I feel like Bort probably just lives in taverns.
I currently am staying at the empty minecart and paying full price for rooms while I'm there to stay, you know, solvent in the community. An upstanding member ever since my shining appearance as a non-Ursa-form beast on the last full moon. I assume that went over well with the citizens of Tarnhall and my business partner Red.
Yeah.
Very visible.
There were like 2 or 3 people who came into the empty mine cart and then just like saw you and walked right back out. And there was one guy who went in, saw you, went outside, went back inside. Like, and he left. But you know, and then it did get around that, you know, oh, you were there all night.
So now they just
No
think that's
mattress.
something you can choose to do.
Was there
Which is
anybody?
scary.
Was there anybody in the bar, or was it?
Some people just too drunk.
Casually buy
Yeah,
rounds
no.
and be cool like that. Buy some dinners, buy some rounds for just people that are there. Just, you know, it is known.
All right, take 20 gold off for the
I 100% will take
for the room and board and rounds. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
It's very in favor. Just a businessman. Legitimate businessman. In my
Legitimate drinks.
That's my legitimate business. You're the mayor.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever people ask, I'm like, what's legitimate? It's legitimate. But, I mean, I hear you.
Oh, you mean legitimate businessman board Sizemore? The upstanding member of the community?
I'm not misleading people. I'm just gonna say like, people are like, oh, I'm bored of Bear Monster, Mr. Murog. I'm like, no, Bort's legitimate. He's fine.
I like the dynamic we have with like Bort there, and then Uhtred's like this wild drinking man that like, you know, is like not the face, but
And they're trying to figure out who's the more responsible business owner in this operation.
Legitimate.
It's like at least every other night that Uhtred is there getting hammered, sometime close to around 11 o'clock or something. Thesnelda just like stomps in, grabs him by the collar, and drags him out.
That's great.
I can see that. I can see that's a very real possibility.
Make it happen.
Upstanding member of the community.
Yeah, yeah. Really trying to backpedal.
Yeah. This road's gonna go live.
Yeah.
For franchise, baby.
Yeah.
Road's going live.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why there's a Jurassic Park theme song.
How is it on the road?
Well, the bridges are done. You and I did that last week.
Nice.
You teleport me out, and you teleport back, and you all can do your thing. At the
Speaking
school.
of that,
You're gonna get a county named after you if you're not careful.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, you guys had a very full, 6 or 7 weeks.
Awesome.
Dan, talking about that, did any of the other bars open as they move through?
Not that quickly, man.
No, I just didn't know from last session to this session.
No. I mean,
Oh, it is.
you guys made that plan
Okay.
maybe 30 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Each one day.
So-
No, all good. I was just
All the way. Until you get to there.
Unless one of your magic friends knows how to spring in a fully built tavern up out of the ground instantaneously. You actually have to wait for them to build it.
I thought they were already built. I thought he was saying they just need someone to run them, or like that. I thought we had to buy them.
You guys gave them money to buy the tracts of land to get
Yeah,
that
both
stuff.
threw down.
Yeah, I just thought
You know,
they were all
these
land.
taverns don't exist. They have to be built.
All right, I thought we were just buying them from someone.
Maybe we just go cast haste on the day laborers.
That's
for like a minute and a half, everyone went really fast.
Also seems kind of
so. It's the same thing. It's just a manager walking through.
yeah.
It does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if Uhtred wants to help, he could move things like a forklift.
Yeah. I could go.
He could.
very
He,
ugly
he's
buildings.
yeah. He could move. He could move shit like that would take 20 men to move by themselves.
Like, oh yes, let me move this stone.
I mean, I feel like you might have done some of that in the downtime, dude. Like him just going out and being like, look at my muscles as he's building his own bars out on the road and then coming back and getting hammered at his other bar.
Well, except that going to those places, the nearest one is a day's travel from. Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it always.
Yeah, I mean, if Largo's staying on your couch, then there's a teleport to get from Tarnholm to where you're working on a bridge, and then a teleport back, and then he's going to Penteros to craft with brick, and then he's teleports. So that's like 4 teleports, just that. And he does have to use some of his spell slots to actually create these magic items. So, like
Between that and teaching it.
It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Uhtred doing something cool. That's all.
well, if Uhtred is willing to go out there and hang out for a week and do work on something, he can drastically.
I mean, I wasn't doing anything anyway. Is there any way we can retcon and say I did that? Like,
Yeah.
All right, so I went to. I don't know how I could do it, but I went to would I just go to the closest location?
They're starting at the location closest to Kyla, because that way it would, it wouldn't compete with the empty minecart. Like they want to start with, the one furthest away, so the competition doesn't hit you guys as much as it might hit, other establishments.
Would that, would also take Otis with me as just in case someone tried to jump us. I want my paladin buddy with me.
Otis is you're finding rather quickly getting very attached to Siffy, and is kind of like he wants to hang out and make sure she's safe all the time. Like he's kind of like turning into this like house guard dog protecting your loved ones.
Yeah, that's cool, but she's safe with Mirok in town. He came with me.
Heal.
Yeah.
Come.
But yeah, I totally agree with that. But
You know who else comes with you? Nelda and Siffy.
oh god!
And
The amount of grief right there.
that was
No,
extreme.
it's real.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah,
No.
no, if it looks like you're gonna be gone for a week, I'll come help. I'll cook food. I'll do some other stuff.
I
Bring TV with us. It'll be a family thing.
I like this. This is fun.
Or
Future is
considered coming out with Uhtred to stay for the duration. And when he hears this, he comes out for the journey out there, the afternoon. All right, you've got it well in hand. All right, I'm out of here. This is your responsibility. I threw down for the bars. Great job.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, Uhtred is actually useful out there. I don't think that these are not sports skills.
No, I put up the money.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so where we're at.
For the fourth time, the 22nd of Yanavan,
Yeah.
you guys go to Kyle.
Sure. Sure.
And you get there. And what do you do when you get there?
I gotta go see Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah, first order of business, probably just like, as would respect his position, request an audience, go through the official channels.
Okay.
Rather than just like texting, here.
Did you write a nice note? What's a parchment with a little wax seal? You set it a little.
I just,
A little L with a little.
I just go up to his aides and I'm just like,
Yeah.
You go to Castle Aragon, and you, request a meeting, and like things go through a process. Some court page comes out. Here's your request. Goes back in, and about a half hour later, and this is more you find out later that it's like the court page is like, I don't know, some random people want to talk to. So like he wasn't rushing it, but as soon as the message was delivered, Gabriel was like, "Oh, all right, yeah, no, I'll see them in the library."
yep, in the Solange.
So-
I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, about in total it takes about an hour for this to all come together.
Yeah.
But then, the quarter page comes out and says, "Lord will see you if you'll come with me." And Castle Aragon is probably 4 times the ground footprint that Castle Ghislaine is in Penteros. It is more military-esque, or it appears more like a fort than in Penteros is more of a fairy tale, spires, and this is more, it does have towers, but towers with crenellations, towers that are large enough to hold siege equipment, ballista, augers, catapults, that kind of thing. This castle was built to defend the city, to defend itself. And you see that the courtyard is massive. I feel like probably half of the city could come in and build a tent city and kind of be protected inside the castle. And that is what this castle is built for. Even the keep in the center of the courtyard is probably about twice as big as the Penteros Castle, and going through it's not tight winding corridors and fairy tale-esque. It's massive, it's brutal. It kind of matches the city colors, which match the colors of the God of War and Strategy, which is black and gray. And you do go into an area that is a library, which this area is heavily furnished with wooden shelves, and it's 3 levels connected with staircases. It feels a lot more comfy in here than much of the rest of the castle you passed through that was just very stone and stark. And in here, Lord Gabrick is waiting, and he has a person that is dressed in the garb of a priest of Delic. And another person that just seems to be in finery, an older individual, man, kind of balding slightly. The priest of Delic is a woman. And he says, as you come in, Roses, this is Provost Jennifer, and this is Magistrate Withram.
Well met.
The Provost is my treasurer and is witness to any monetary transactions with this, in some sense, falls under. And the magistrate is here as a witness for the people. There's a matter you intended to discuss with me.
Yeah, roll a diplomacy check. With a diplomacy of 18,
What'd you roll?
a 1.
Wow.
I say ruefully. We have come into the possession of a good quantity of diamonds. It would appear as though, as defenders of the Antolon Empire, it would make sense if we were allowed to keep a certain quantity, preferably all, of these diamonds in order to aid us in certain spells should we fall in battle. If you would argue this to the king, or rather make this case to the king, it would be much appreciated on our behalf, of course.
What is the exact quantity?
I speak up and
Right?
I say 10,714 gold pieces of value in diamond.
And it doesn't, doesn't take Yanni sense motive for, like, all three of them are, their eyes widen. The priest of Delic kind of straightens up a little bit. And the and the magistrate kind of looks at the other two as those, with the sort of, do you hear the same thing I heard? Kind of look on his face. And Lord Gabrick turns to Provost and says, I think you should contact Jeffrem. Jeffrem.
Who's the king's treasurer, I would assume.
Does he say this to Gavrik or us?
He says it to his provost.
Okay.
His treasurer.
Yeah.
Jennifer. And she nods and pulls a scroll out of a hip pouch, opens it up, and begins casting a spell, which you recognize as sending. And she says, Cardinal Jeffrem, this is Provost Jennifer Mysanus of Kyla. Roses Are Red is declaring 10,714 gold pieces diamond. Request allowance from king to keep. Advise.
Succinct.
He doesn't have to fly though. Yeah, the roller coaster.
Well, she has to do it from a fucking scroll.
She's an accountant.
And now that scroll is guarded.
So really,
I just like have a ring.
where does a cardinal fit in the hierarchy? Because I wrote down
Under the Pope.
deacon, provost, vicar, abbot, bishop, and cardinal.
Actually, looking back over my notes, there are no abbots.
No ads.
It might be like a separate title for someone in the vicinity of a vicar, when the vicar owns an abbey.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're done. Abbot.
But as far as the hierarchy is concerned, deacon, provost, vicar, bishop, cardinal.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah, you probably would recognize that the cardinal would be the guy for the entire kingdom.
Hmm.
As far as the Church of Delic, he would oversee the entire kingdom.
Wow. Big kingdom.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than one pontiff.
Hmm.
Pontiffs are regional and sometimes kingdom based. It just depends on whether or not everything falls under the same umbrella.
Interesting. Yeah, didn't want to derail that. I'm just curious.
So she stands there waiting for a moment, and then you get the impression that she's listening to a response. And she looks to Gavrik, and Gavrik gives her a nod, and she turns to you and she says, "The cardinal would like to speak with you personally."
I understand.
We will meet.
Board says to this emissary of Delic, an honest accounting must be made. We would expect no less for objects of this value than the purview of Delic. And I subtly kind of put my hand next to my cool Delic badge.
I mean, you're meeting you're really fucking moving up the ranks.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
It's like
a
dude,
couple
like,
months.
Jesus is kind of cool. It's like, well, you're going to Rome.
You like money? Oh, your thing is money? Have you seen all these diamonds we got? Check these out. They're worth a lot of fucking money.
So the Gavrik says, "I'm not entirely versed in your capabilities. Can you easily travel to Entelbin?"
We have never been to Entelbin, and they therefore cannot accurately travel there without great peril.
Does the priestess of Delic have like a artifact or a totem of the home church that she can provide us that will
Anchor us.
So you can take 5 people with teleport, right? Was it yourself and 5 people, or 5 people including yourself?
I think it's 5 people, including myself. Are you looking it up? Because that will make me not look it up. I think it's 5 people, including myself. Per level, of course.
An obscenity of diamonds.
Obscenity, that's a good one. A murder of crows and obscenity of diamonds.
You may also bring one additional willing, medium, or smaller creature, or its equivalent per 3 caster levels. So it's you plus 5.
Okay.
So
So we're good.
A war crime of diamonds.
A war.
That's the.
A Leonardo DiCaprio time.
The provost says I might be able to help you focus on the location if you want to take me with you.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a wonderful idea. Sincerely appreciate it.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Not everybody has a fancy name.
I wasn't making fun of it.
There are some Thomases.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's a couple of Bills.
Come on, Bill.
I mean, in my mind, Gavrik's just Gavin.
Gavin is Gavin, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gavin.
I really forget about Gavin.
Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Gavin.
Gavin was
Y'all see the
the
show?
Yeah.
hobbit that smoked you out.
Yeah, dude. That's why.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The guy who started.
Yeah. Gavin's my
Gavin's short staff.
Uh-huh.
Started from
Short
the bottom,
staff,
now we
long
here.
blunt.
Is he part of your team?
Yeah, he was one of my
Is
dudes.
the whole team?
The entire war
Gavin.
campaign, it was boarding Gavin.
Yeah. And Trent. And Skylar.
Well, I don't remember the backup.
You wouldn't use. If
Squeak.
you remember, you weren't there.
Yeah.
Squeak.
Yeah, Squeak. And fucking Wolfman. What's up? Trey.
Other than us, Trey, and Squeak. Don't get along.
Look out. Look, you looking through your old calendars with your family.
Surviving. Swag.
Yeah, what do you use your brain space for? I remember fictional hobbits that smoke weed with another fictional character. That's what I'm doing with my brain space.
So the two of you, Jennifer and Largo, you discuss some methods on how to convey this information.
Yeah.
And at some point you tell her that you could just make a telepathic link, and she's like, well, yeah.
Well, what if I just had your thoughts and you had mine?
That's beautiful.
If you were me,
wonderful
it'd be
sentiment.
us right now.
Yeah. There's a momentary, like, I can just tell you what I want. You can't read my mind, right?
Sure.
So diplomatic.
Sure.
Yeah, somebody all the time to the couple and she's like, you don't want to go out here. Sure. Just like the most mute face.
You're gonna die. Oh.
And she says, pardon me for just a second. And she casts a spell and her eyes glow. She looks at you. She pulls a scroll out. Cast protection from chaos on herself.
Okay.
Damn, she blew a scroll.
No, it's just yeah. And I said, we all must take measures to protect ourselves, and I appreciate your good nature. Now, let us force.
Well, she's a cleric. She can make scrolls out of, like crazy. Pretty cheap.
Scroll
And that's a
factory.
first level spell.
That's cleric and oracle.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
I'm ready. And you all get ready. She conveys a very clear, and to you, it has this like arcane nature to it that she's not just like envisioning another place, and the ley lines, all this stuff kind of comes into. She's telling you how to get there. She's giving you directions for the teleport.
Okay.
And she does so. And you cast teleport.
I go, all right, everyone. Hello.
Give me a percentile.
Oh, 16.
One of them just missed the tower entirely.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Oh, they both did.
Use an action die.
I mean, maybe low is good.
Nay.
He's shaking his head no.
You always want to roll high.
Yeah.
We end up.
Just in a tree.
Ah! My body is
Yeah.
splinters.
It's a great way to introduce ourselves to this new continent.
15 would have failed.
Wow. It was the singing.
What would failure have looked like?
I would have had you end up in the harbor outside the city.
Cool.
You would have just fallen into the water.
I had a scroll of water.
Immediately panicking.
I got it wrong.
But no, you land in the Temple of Delic in Entelden,
Cool.
which is the capital of the kingdom.
Yeah.
And we are not on the island anymore.
No, you are on the mainland.
I feel like you know who I'm about to mention, so I won't even mention. Christ, take one step further.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have gone from Penteros to Kyla. Well, no, from Penteros to Tarnholm to Kyla.
You slide up just a little.
What?
Yeah, slide it up a little.
Towards your hand. Yeah.
All right. So from Penteros to Tarnholm's over here to Kyla to Entelden.
Off the island, across the sea.
Off the island across the sea.
Yeah. Never done it.
Never done
Remember we talked about it, and the crew was like, "I can teleport somewhere." We're just like, "The fuck you can, man."
Yeah. I don't want to find out.
Uh-huh.
Not you.
Not you.
Someone could teleport us.
All right. Hi, Scott.
This guy, great man.
What's up?
And you appear in the middle of the temple.
Yep.
And this causes a bit of a stir. And someone rushes over and starts speaking to Jennifer. And she says, I need you to send someone to the castle. I need the cardinal to be made aware that I'm coming with a group of individuals on an important matter. And she hands a seal of Kyla that Gavric gave her to sort of show, I'm on business from the duchy. And someone goes running off, and she says, well, while they're running, we can walk.
I love it.
Wonderful. Please lead the way.
And she does. And you come out into Entelden, and where it was like a balmy midsummer's day in Kyla, in Entelden, it is hot.
Like a dry heat or like a wet heat?
It is. It's dry. You get the sea breeze coming in from the south, but to the north is like a river valley, a fertile river valley. But then to the northeast is a desert. And as you're walking through, this is not a city like Kyla. This is not a city like Penteros. A lot of the buildings here are made out of something like adobe, something like the sandy, coarse texture clay. There's mixed in model and daub things, but you can tell that this city once belonged to a different culture. It has a very a lot of the buildings have a very Arabian aesthetic to it. And as you come towards the castle, which is sitting on a hill in the center of the city, you can see that, there are some minarets on the towers, and some of the towers have been, looks like, dismantled and rebuilt with crenellations. It's a mixing of these two sort of cultures. And well, some of it looks like it's been rebuilt from having been destroyed.
Hmm.
And you have some history, so does Yanni. You know that this used to be one of the major cities of the Hemeshran Caliphate before the predecessor, the Antlion Empire, came in and conquered.
Was it the Great Sand War? Is that what you called it?
The Red Sands War
Red Sands was.
was significantly later than that.
Okay.
It was more of a counterattack. It was several hundred years before the Red Sands War that Antilles the Great conquered
So Antilles came.
from Belgium.
This is his first thing, and he came through here and he pushed the Hemeshran Caliphate
Off the coast.
Yeah, they're somewhere up here now, off the edge of the map.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Red Sand War was them kind of trying to push back.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
It's a good Constantinople vibe. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the castle seems to be this amalgamation of a more Western European castle aesthetic married to a Middle Eastern palace kind of structure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word for castle. Is that one in Spain? I'm trying to think of chateau is French for castle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what the Almohads and all those guys call their castles.
Oh, you're going to Spain.
Yeah,
I was going Istanbul.
Yeah, I was thinking Granada.
Yeah.
Southern Spain.
Yeah, so it's
There's that famous
uh-huh.
Alhambra.
Uh-huh. That's the guy. Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know.
But this is the capital.
Yeah.
The-
Yeah.
King's Landing.
Istanbul is a good.
Yeah. This is where the Roman Empire moved to, but it interfaced with the
Another thing, yeah.
cool.
Uh,
Sweet.
So you come up to this castle, and Jennifer kind of turns and asks, "Have any of you been to Castle Antilles before?"
No. That was all I said to her.
Yanni, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I was little. Right. Well, okay. So I know you have a strong rapport with Lord Gabrick. I'm correct. You have met the king.
Yes.
We've met King Menace. Yeah.
We're on first name terms.
You met him in an informal setting. Make sure that you recognize that if anything, he might need to keep up appearances around the court that may be in his company. So, proper address is Your Majesty. Proper address for the Cardinal is Your Holiness. Just try to keep up appearances. I'm telling you this for your own benefit. For what you're asking, a little bit of proper etiquette is going to go a long way. And another person in the raiment of Delic comes out to the gate and collects your group, walks you into the castle, and it's once you get past the outer walls, there's a lot more of an open space, open air concept to this. There's these large doors that are kept open, which makes sense, and the significant heat as you guys are, getting up towards the desert. It's 85 degrees here. They haven't invented air conditioning yet. So you are led through the castle, and you come to basically the throne room, which is this large, almost oval shaped area, and there's a throne on a dais with 2 chairs, and you recognize King Menace sitting on the throne, and he is speaking to a man with a very short, very clean-cut, trimmed black mustache, and similarly very well manicured black hairstyle. He's got some wrinkles. He's got some age on his face, which makes you wonder if his hair color is natural. It looks like he should have some gray, but it's still starkly black. And the king kind of like gives you guys a side glance as you enter from like a side. You don't come in from the end of the court. And there are probably another 20 or 30 people in here, but they're having their own conversations, sitting around small tables that are surrounded with cushions and low chairs, very much having a sort of, Middle Eastern aesthetic as opposed to, at least in this space. And the king doesn't he notices you and continues speaking with the cardinal. You do notice, at least Mirak would notice, that there is a priest of Payana in here who also seems to be garbed in a very high, officious level for that church, which you probably also know that basically those two, the 2 highest ranking members of the Church of Payon and the Church of Delic, are spiritual advisors to the king. And one for wisdom and one for ambition.
Yeah.
And sometimes to keep each other in check.
Yeah.
Looking around the room, you see a woman who's about maybe a decade younger than the king, also wearing a crown, and that Yanni kind of like points out, that's the queen. Looks around, it's like prince over there, princess over there. Everybody in this room has a title.
Well, this is our worst nightmare.
Yep. But don't worry.
It says, don't cast anything on anybody.
The one time I did that, I was fully within my rights to do so.
We should do good with
That's what I was imagining when we
Yeah.
walk in, like a very Dune court.
Yeah, totally. Everyone's like angular and wearing black.
Small, wispiness in the little corners with small tables.
And Jennifer says, if you wait here just a second, let me go speak with Jeffrem and make sure. And she just kind of like trails off and goes over. And you see her walk over there and bow in front of the king, and there's like a whole courtly involvement thing going on over there. But as you're just kind of standing there awkwardly waiting for this to transpire, everybody in the room is slowly looking, their conversations are stopping. Especially Yanni, Uhtred, Bort, you all hear your names being whispered.
And I go,
Okay, right.
And Jennifer comes back over. All right, please come with me. And you all walk over, and she bows deeply, and Yanni starts bowing and puts his hand on people's. Let's go.
We're in front of the king.
You're in front of the king.
I take a knee and whisper, Your Majesty.
And
I bend as much as my armor will allow.
Jennifer says, Your Majesty, Your Holiness, the roses are red, are here to petition you for your generosity.
Can I roll a diplomacy check?
Yeah.
Sure.
He's the good one.
38. As I say, Your Majesty, our King, Your Holiness, our guide. If I may entreat upon you a favor, I would ask, if I may be so bold that you think of our patriotism as I ask you this favor. That favor being, we have come into the possession of 10,400 something, yes, gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah.
And being that our current and future goal is to serve the Antolon Empire in which ways that we may, I and my party see it prudent for us to be allowed to keep this quantity of diamonds for the sole purpose of resurrecting one of our fallen brethren should we fall in battle. We promise to you that we will use the diamonds for no other purpose and ask that you grant us the privilege of guarding them in your stead.
So, like, in all of this, Colonel Jeffrem is just like stone-faced looking down his nose. You know, King Menace is enjoying this. He finds this what do you call it? Amusing.
Yeah, and then as I wait for it.
And
The only way I can not be crazy is if I just try to meditate it away.
I'm doing your thing.
the king looks over at Jeffrem and he says, I think it prudent, Your Majesty, that we allow them to keep half and maintain the other half for the noble treasury. And the king looks at him and he looks over at the priest of Payana, who's wandered closer. And getting, she's pretty much, seeing her being acknowledged by the king, she moves, doesn't run, but her step speeds up and she comes and says, Your Majesty. And he says, Alira, these are the heroes of Senton, and they have come into possession of diamonds, and they would like to maintain possession of them for their further exploits in protection of the Empire. What do you think is wise? And she looks at the group of you and looks at him and says, I heard what Jeffrem said, and I think he speaks in wisdom.
What, huh?
No, okay. So you guys know that Largo's gonna fucking say some shit.
And he
I got
says,
some stuff in there.
he sees you about to speak up, and he says, I think if I might have a little leeway with both the roses and my advisors here. Jeffrem, isn't Marcus nearby? And Jeffrey says, yes, he's actually just outside. I have business with him shortly. Says, call him in. And Jeffrey like waves a page over and says, go retrieve Marcus for me. Sir Marcus. And the guy leaves. Shortly after, the same page comes back with this guy who is like 6'2" in jet black armor with gold trim, a large symbol of Delic on the chest. Like, if you guys have ever heard or seen the concept of a knight, this guy just exudes knighthood.
Yeah.
He is just a holy warrior for the church. And he walks in. The king turns to Jeffrey and says, if he can stand 6 seconds against Uhtred, I will take your advice. And he looks at you guys and says, do you think that is amenable?
I respond, I possess certain humble gifts and bear them with as much honor as a old gnome can, but I do not pretend to know the thoughts of my compatriots. And I would like to open up the forum, if I may, to the rest of my party.
Your Majesty, Your Holiness, only a paladin of Delic could possibly hope to be an equal contender for my business partner, Uhtred. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, Houndson here. If there is anyone capable, again, of even contending with my business partner, it would surely be this brave knight. Uhtred.
Fucking go get him, bro.
Yeah, hold your tongues. I will speak.
I mean, all Mirak says, he just looks at the king. He's like, he'll kill him. You know that.
Perhaps.
Then
and like, yeah,
to that end.
Mirak says he'll kill him. You know that. And the king says perhaps. And Jeffrey like. There's this moment of like.
I'm coming at it from a healer. I'm like, look, someone's going down. It's
The
gonna be
amount
down.
of diamonds we have.
Yeah.
You know.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, Revivify doesn't cost.
No.
You know, Breath of Life doesn't cost diamonds.
Yeah, Mirak knows the truth. You're just gonna kill this guy. Just let the king know.
There's a full attack.
Yeah.
Games begin.
Nice clean fight.
Okay.
all your action die.
No
So what-
switch grips.
Uhtred, what were you going to say?
No, let the games begin. Bring it on, man.
I raise my hand
Mm-hmm.
and I say, Your Majesty, Your Holiness, and all the lords and ladies of the court. Battle is a dangerous, bloody, and scary thing.
But necessary.
You may wish to turn away.
I'm gonna walk over to Richard, you know, like the old dude in Rocky whose name I can't think of right now. And in Dwarven, I'm gonna say, do you want lifelink or no lifelink? Yeah.
We will settle this in the court.
And I say, may I cast spells on you?
Yes.
And the king looks at you and says, do you honestly think he needs it?
Yeah. No, I think it's just a straight. It's straight. So I sever lifelink with Richard.
I mean, like, you're just getting this, like, the king knows shit that everybody else here does not know.
Yeah, and he's trying to prove a point.
And
Yeah.
and like, there's Jeffrem is like,
Yeah.
no, this is the greatest knight in my employ. He's the finest thing.
Here's a dirty hill dwarf covered in the skin of a giant.
Is he gonna go fire giant?
How close is Jennifer Meyerness of Kiowa, priestess of Dilith?
How what?
How close to our party is she?
Use the restroom real quick before we kick this off.
She's with us.
Yeah.
I've said the thing aloud that I said to the king and the cardinal to our guy that brought us here. I say, care to make it interesting? Like whisper.
She does. What are you thinking? How much?
Of course.
Yeah.
Fucking tell it.
I've got 500 gold on my main man injured here.
She says. I'll give you 5 to 1 if that he will drop Marcus. So if he drops Marcus, you win 100 from her. If he doesn't drop Marcus, she wins 500 from you. She says, I think you'll get better odds with Jeffrey. Hold on a second. And she goes talks to
Jeff's gonna be like, this is my man.
talks to the cardinal. She comes back and she goes, he'll go even odds with you, but I want a piece for brokering with you.
Naturally. 10%.
And then and he looks over at her and he nods and he looks down and he goes, and she goes, he wants to double it. Can you do 1,000?
I would expect no less. I would have proposed the same thing.
Are you betting on the fight?
Yeah, using the priest of
Do you
Dilith.
have 1,000 gold?
I have so many thousand.
Okay,
You don't know how much.
Yeah.
He's been buying big items where she's like, I buy a round. Like every session.
So yeah, now that that happens, and then Uhtred,
Son of Uhtred.
You should son of Carl Weathers.
and as you kind of head towards Marcus, Jeffrem calls out, "Marcus, stand your ground."
Yeah. Good luck, Marcus.
Is that a
And Marcus like puts his helmet on his head, pulls out his shield, and stands there in a defensive posture.
Yeah, that'll help. Yeah, try that. Probably like what, like level 7?
In Dwarven, you try to say, Uhtred, remember the guy on the bridge? That's
Guy?
downed you with an arrow and then you sat up and murdered him. So I'm just like giving you inspiration.
Yeah, as I walk towards Marcus, I say, Marcus, is it? Are you prepared to dive in front of your king, your god, and your people?
That is legitimately, Glenn, that is the coolest thing I've ever said.
Let's hope it works.
And Marcus says, I am prepared to make you eat your words.
I immediately giant fire rage.
All right.
You do that, and Marcus like shuffles back an inch, but steals himself. The whole throne room is like,
Yep.
you got.
Board's one of them. In work, and she yells, "Fucking kill him! We got money on it!" Like,
Alright, I'm just yelling in Dwarven with spittle. flying off my lips.
And make,
I am going like this.
make your full round of attacks, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny is probably just like, that would be cool.
Right?
This fucking guy. The kings love it.
Yeah.
The king
King's idea.
instigated this. He's here, dude. He's with all these hoity-toity ass.
44.
One of those right into his
Yeah.
neck.
Hey,
Here we go.
we got some important numbers coming in.
All right, 44 to hit.
44 will hit.
Yeah.
That's it second, right?
That's
Is that heavy? How's it taste?
Rough enough. Looks okay.
32 to hit.
One like a month or two ago.
32 will not hit.
Okay.
Action die.
Action die.
Action die.
There's
Difference.
6 seconds to do it in 1 round.
All right.
D10. D10.
Bump him up.
I gotta get my D10. Hold on.
Okay. Your turn.
Whenever you don't hit, action die.
Take a little.
Where is this thing? Oh, here it is.
Hopefully this guy's like character level hit
All right,
points.
plus 5. 37.
37 will hit.
All right.
Fuck this guy.
And the last one to
Oh.
hit. Oh, that's not bad. 33.
That will not hit.
Action.
Action die.
Die.
That's 2 action die. 33. 37.
That'll hit.
All right.
Let's hear damage.
Come on, Richard. And fire damage. I hope this does it.
This guy explodes. I feel like
I'm gonna
squeeze
give you
him
fire
off the wall.
giant rage.
The first one's 47 points of damage.
Okay. You come down on this guy and just like he pulls up his shield and the weight of your axe just pushes the shield down and you hear as you crush his epaulette and just dig deep into his shoulder with your first blow.
I'm dying. This dude's just gonna die.
He's still standing.
Next roll. $50 points of damage.
Okay. You pull back and he tries to block with his sword as you come in at the side, and you just like it's like someone trying to block a bat with a toothpick. And you just crush into his right arm as you come in with a side blow.
Found a fat tire.
All right.
He's not down.
Damn.
He's not down. And this is one more attack left.
Uhtred gets 1 more hit point on account of these beers that we're both drinking.
Here we go. Last one.
Come on, bud.
Ooh, this is gonna be big boys.
Come on, buddy. What about the fire damage?
What's happening?
There is no fire damage.
Oh, okay.
That was from his other chest piece.
All right, this is 51.
Wait, no, he got
He's a fire
I
giant.
get fire damage.
his axe doesn't have fire damage. No, there's no fire damage.
How much? Oh, sorry.
This last one's 51, so I rolled 1 better. I rolled a 6 and I got excited.
Your last swing, just baseball swings right into his shield and just slams into him with full force, and his body just skids across the throne room limp and comes to rest against the wall on the far side.
Is he dead?
No.
Dang.
But he's down.
He's dying.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
just
think
let him fucking die.
That
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah.
It's 6 rounds. He's done. Or 6 seconds. He's done.
And like the whole throne room is just silent, hushed.
Except for the roses are red.
And Jeffrem looks over and says, "I say this," and she runs across the room and starts healing Marcus.
This is probably one of Uhtred's happiest moments.
Uhtred,
Yeah.
Uhtred,
Like,
Uhtred.
normally in
No.
these situations, you're a liability, and this king was like, "No, I want to watch this dude kill that dude.
Yeah,
This is your court."
yeah, this is super exciting for him.
And Jephram reaches down into a pouch and pulls out a sack that is larger than the pouch he reached into and throws it at you.
I catch it in midair with my incredible catching ability.
Yeah.
It's
got 100 platinum pieces in it.
I catch it with a hand that has subtly 4 golden rings on it.
Come on, notice it.
His eyes squint a little bit, but he doesn't like.
He's
Make
up.
With the hand hold with the 4 golden rings in the thing, I hold it to my symbol of Delic and I nod respectfully. What I hope is respectfully to a wager made and a wager honored. I tuck the large pouch, it's like this big, into my pouch that also holds a thing that should be bigger than it but doesn't. And then I reach into my other pouch and I tip out our broker, who I assume is standing by the fun section of the crowd.
Oh no, she had to run across the room to go heal.
She was the healer.
Oh, that's okay. All right. I'd be cool. Cool, man.
I mean, you like won a wager with a high priest of Gallup. It's
Cool. Pretty fucking cool.
So
I'm gonna count that as black market gold. Several accounts going on here, guys.
That's cool.
So-
I just am checking.
Yeah, I'm checking.
the king looks over to I think.
God, just as a player, I wish I could retcon and give him one of those like surge bars that we found in the other dwell and fought him while he was on one of those.
I think you did it exactly.
I think
right.
you nailed it. Just no.
Oh yeah, but just to see what that
Just-
did to him, that would have been cool too.
Mr. Natural, just nothing.
You disconnected from all your advantages, and you said, "Are you prepared to die in front of your king, your god, and your people?" And then just swatted him into a wall in 6 seconds.
That was fucking awesome.
That was pretty badass. BA shit, dude. Bachelor of ass.
We're drinking tonight, boys.
That's what it stands for.
Fuck, I have 2 of those.
Mhm.
2 asses.
So yeah, the king turns to the priestess and says, "Augur, it's very rare that I get a chance to boast my wisdom against yours. But do you question me now?" And the priestess just like smiles, she's holding in laughter.
Yeah.
And she bows and says, "No, Your Majesty, it is a bright day when you can prove me wrong." And he looks at Jephram, and Jephram says, "It was agreed. I deign to your wisdom, Your Majesty." And he turns to the rest of you and says, "Well then, Roses, I believe the matter is settled. I'm sure you understand why such a law has been put in place, and I am sure that you will not do anything to go against the spirit of that law."
The spirit of the law.
Largo says, "Your Majesty, Your Holiness, we greatly, greatly appreciate your wisdom." Thanks.
Yeah, we're good. Do we want to like? I don't know. This is just me. It feels shitty to be like, oh, by the way, there's like an evil lich empress underneath your kingdom. Do you want any information on that?
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
maybe not
in the throne.
Yeah, I was just like, we have
judges' chambers.
on our recent adventures, we have discovered some things that might be of interest to you when you have time.
Yeah. Might we retire to a salon?
A saloon?
Uh-huh.
The old west quarter of the city.
He says, I can arrange accommodations in the castle for you for the evening if you like.
That would be wonderful.
Thank you
Your Majesty.
so much, Your Majesty.
And yeah, so that, he there's a bit of time where you guys are all, you get approached by several of the people in the court, and I don't want to role play through all of that. It's mostly just you guys boasting or trying to be humble as people are asking about your adventures and your exploits and what have you.
I'm only responding in Dwarven. People go out and say in the comments like, responding in Dwarven.
Half of these people speak Dwarven. Fuck! They are well-educated nobles.
Just an introvert trying to dodge it. Okay.
Ford politely inquires as to the availability of hashish in this eastern court.
Yeah.
They the response is mostly a sense of, that's a commoner drug, and there is someone who says, for the higher echelon, and they proffer a small, like a mini bar bottle size glass vial that has a little stopper in the top of it. Maybe has about a shot of liquid inside of it, and says, about an eighth of this in a drink.
Damn, dude, you have scissor now.
Board accepts the dabs, the distillate. No, you drink it. Okay.
Is it laudanum?
It's lead.
Speaking of drink, we need help.
It's
Cannabis.
it's an extract from a flower, and it has an effect similar to like a microdose of LSD with morphine.
Wow.
Mostly morphine.
Okay.
Whoa.
So it's just like you feel no pain and you get some really like minor chill visual hallucination stuff. Just like brighter colors, more, And like as soon as like Yanni's across the room and he's like
all over it.
You gonna share.
Yeah. Definitely. Yanni, don't you fret, fella. What you drinking? What you sipping on?
I don't know. Grabs a glass from one of the other nobles.
Or gives him a double dose.
Okay.
Yes.
I am still lifelink to Yanni. So if he uses
It's Yanni's moment.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm. Doing drugs in the castle.
yeah, I really
Castle case.
no, those would go. Or at least in like the chill way.
I half expect the fucking king to roll into our chambers and be like, dude, that was fucking sick! And I'll be like, wow, you're different than we thought you might be.
I hate my priest. I hate my vicar. I hate.
Just like, oh yeah, we look at him and we're like, you're like 16.
I'm always playing with Jenkins. You know, blow this place.
I imagine we have ample
You play in the
ale.
early 50s or
Yeah.
something.
I've seen it all. Yeah. That's right.
Well, I mean, the last time you guys spoke with him, it was dire circumstances.
Yep.
This time you're being conscientious subjects requesting his leniency in a matter that he recognizes you don't have to ask him. Like, you didn't have to.
Yeah.
You chose to. And he gets to sort of lord the fact that he knows more than his two best advisors.
The courtly dance.
Yeah.
Because he actually knows us.
Yeah, he knows he would never.
Damn, you saved his fucking kingdom from the Ebon ruin. He's pretty stoked.
We did the.
Not only
right
saved it, we annihilated it and opened up a whole new chunk of an island for him. Just wiped the slate clean.
The Great Cleave.
thing.
So are you participating in the...
I give Yanni a double dose,
Uh-huh.
and I do like 2 drops.
Okay.
Just trying to get Yanni addicted to
And
booze.
again, do we have an
You find
ample
out that
ale?
this draught is called Khalees.
Khalees. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and she looks like it's better than yours. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like watching someone like make a hole in one when they can make a Khalees reference.
There it is. The boys are waiting. They're golf clapping. Sweet. I'm on that.
That's a
I'm
cool
on,
name for that.
I'm on that K.
On that K, dude.
You know who's else is on that K? Yanni.
Real hard.
He's on the scissor.
He is leaning.
Mm-hmm.
He is literally leaning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you give him a double dose, and it takes full effect by the time you guys get back to your room, and he's just kind of like sitting there in a corner, absentmindedly, like trying to figure out why his tongue won't fit in his mouth anymore.
Yeah.
He's in that stage.
That's good. That's a good.
Yeah. This is like, that's our monk. He protects us.
We first met him and he was supposed to be the steady,
Yeah.
the hand on the rudder.
Now he's wigging out in the corner. Like, all right, Jan, that's
Playing
all right. Just drink
one
some
game
water.
of poker, and it's all downhill.
I mean, that's what the fucking item is for.
Yeah. He fucking loves it. We are now.
Ooh, that's a name I have not heard in a long time.
Crazy Game of Poker. That's something that everyone briefly loves for 2 weeks.
I love it for my whole life.
Well, you also love Nickelback, so the anomaly continues.
We are put up in royal accommodations for the evening.
This is the nicest. It's sort of like a suite with multiple rooms off of a common area.
Vegas.
We have a suite of rooms. I make my way over to Bort's room.
Mm-hmm.
I knock on the door. Are you there?
More like curtains.
Curtains.
Mhm.
I still knock.
You
I
should.
find some service knock. This feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to enter?
Mira, my friend and colleague,
Bort, can I come in?
enter.
And I sit on something, a bed. Yeah, I sit on some
brown
little
quilted.
pompasan.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I sit down.
Figure exactly what to sit on.
The whole time I'm trying to talk to you, but like I'm kind of like, it's very clear I'm not going whatever I'm on. I keep shifting. Before I meant to talk to you earlier in Kyla. We didn't get off on good terms, Bort. Didn't trust you. Didn't really like you. But a lot of time has passed. I know we're still up here. A lot of time has passed, and I slowly learned to respect your skills, and learn to respect your friendship. And I consider you a friend now. But for all this time, I've been carrying a small token of my distrust for you, and I don't want to carry it anymore, Bort. And I slide off my ring of sustenance. And I say, I took this from you. I don't know if you remember. I took this from you a long time ago, and I think it's time to have it back. Do you want it?
Wow. Mira, really means a lot.
Yeah.
I recall you taking it from me, and I hold no grudge.
Yeah.
And I accept
Okay.
this
Aw,
offer.
nice.
And I've said it before, but I'll say it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new day for orcs and dwarfs.
And I think that's, and it's like, I'm handing to you, and I just kind of like slide back, and I think that's why I feel okay with you having it right now, is this ring, and then I hand it to you. I took it from you because the idea of a half-orc rogue that only needed to sleep for 2 hours a night was absolutely fucking terrifying. But I think at this stage, a half-orc rogue that only needs to sleep 2 hours a night is probably fucking terrifying to you. And maybe that's why you need to have it. And then again, the whole time I'm just kind of like, and I'm like, well, we'll keep you. And then I just get up and I start walking away.
As you get up,
we'll keep you.
Yeah.
I
Mira,
definitely
Can I-
slide the ring onto a finger, and as you're walking away, Mirek, you look uncomfortable.
Well, I'm not sustained anymore, Bort.
Might I offer you some sustaining drugs that I've just received from the from the royal court? I hear they're quite potent. I've sampled the wares.
I will roll percentile die. If it is a 100, I will take drugs. If it is a 100.
That is a 3.
I go. So I stiffen after giving this ring and give you like a little like dad pep talk. And I go, no work, good, good. And I leave, and I'm like in my head, I'm quiet. Did I fuck up? I do not take
I guess it would be more of a. Does he know that you took that ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bort rolled like a nat, he's like level 3. Bort
Didn't
rolled
he?
like nat 20.
Didn't he kick it or whatever, and like you picked it up?
He rolled like a nat 20 to find it, and then he rolled a nat 1 to pocket it. So
Yeah,
it,
and
like
you
did the,
saw it.
and I
I
actually
thought, like, I didn't know if he actually knew you had it.
I knew I lost it, but you came clean in this instance.
Yeah, no, that was pretty. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty obvious I had it.
Yeah, something.
Huh?
This is the ring of sustenance.
Yeah.
2
So
hours a night, don't have to eat.
yeah, you don't need to eat or drink. You only need to sleep 2 hours a night to regain pretty much everything. I looked it
Well,
up.
I mean, for him, it's like he needs the 2 hours to regain his vanish.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, functionally, if we're like ever setting a watch, you could be on longer watches and you get better perception. So.
And I was saying it was cool because I thought it was kind of like an ordeal where he dropped it on a natural 1, and you like put it under your shoe, and then like picked it up, and he had no idea you ever had it, kind of thing. And now it's like, oh, I have.
I imagine it like the scene where is it when Smeagol drops the ring and it goes like ting ting ting
Yeah.
down, and then Bilbo picks it up, but instead of Smeagol being like, oh, where is it? And Bilbo being like, oh, what is this? It's just those two people like 6 feet apart being like, I have it. And then just be like,
Yeah.
It was a more intimate version of that.
No, yeah. I thought that was cool.
Do with it what you will. You got so much more time for activities now. And I go back to my room and I sleep for 8 hours, which feels like a fucking lifetime to me.
Uhtred has stumbled out into the kingdom with a tankard of ale.
Oh god.
I'm just joking.
We're in the castle. We're sleeping in the castle. Oh, I need to settle up with my bookie.
So yeah, a couple of hours pass, and Provost Maecenas actually shows up with Sir Marcus, and Sir Marcus really wants to talk to Uhtred, and it's like not in like a shitty way.
Yeah,
it's like holy
I
fuck,
loved it.
Yeah, I thought I
wrecked
was
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Provost, not priestess. Okay.
One's an occupation, the other one's a title.
Gotcha.
So yeah, she 10%.
10%. Huh?
So,
You give her 10 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's good.
And yeah, you and Sir Marcus just basically bro out for.
well, I would like to do something. If I bought 4 of those potions, right, and Yanni took one from the underworld.
4 were purchased.
Yeah.
And Yanni took one.
Yanni took 1. Bort has 2.
Or has 2 and I have 2, or
Yeah, you have 2. Bort has 2. Yanni bought 1 and immediately drank it.
Yeah.
I would like to bestow upon Marcus this strange, I go into this thing about, to be the strongest, blah, 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 blah. Here is a concoction of curiosity of strength.
You gotta fucking bite it open.
Are you like telling him to like drink it now or like use it in the
No.
future?
I'm telling him at a time he must use it. I go through the whole spiel kind of, but not as a salesman. I bought this.
You're like Kramer. This is like a Kramer spiel that you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if you're offering a free gift, he's a paladin of Delic. He'll take it.
But I will be warned. I do not know how it will affect you.
Nice.
He looks at it curiously and well, from one warrior to another warrior, I accept your gift and I appreciate the offer.
Next time, may you be stronger.
It's cool.
Next time, may you be weaker.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I like this guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, was there anything else you guys wanted to do while you were here?
Good. Merrick is very uncomfortable in this society.
I would like to ask Jennifer. So you are based in Kyla at the Church of Delic there?
Yes. Well, no, in the castle.
The castle. Personal
Bishop
advisor.
Lolar is the heads the temple.
Okay. But so you're the sort of personal advisor to
I am
Gavrith?
I'm the treasurer of the duchy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will hopefully be engaging in business in Kyla, and I'd like to be a member in good standing of the legitimate business community. It's great to do business with you here, and I hope that we can have a excellent arrangement moving forward.
All right. Well, when you want to, as I said, I'm more of the treasury for the duchy, but I can connect you with some people in the temple and maybe some in the mercantile goings on, if that's what you're looking for.
Exactly. Can I roll a business check?
You can roll an intelligence check.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
sure,
not
sure.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm a dummy dum.
Bort, use me.
Anyway, that's my wrong intelligence.
And lastly, before we leave here, I would also like, it's weird for Mirot really not to use.
I mean, it would have been a 19. It wanted to be a 19.
Yeah, it hit the thing though, but it wasn't.
It wanted to.
Mm-hmm. So it's a 2 because I rolled a 3 and I have a negative 1 intelligence. So it's not a 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And then like as you kind of get into a little bit, like just making some, like she's getting the picture. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a rich idiot. Okay. I can work with that. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. What makes business go round?
Dangerous rich idiot.
Yeah.
And that's probably
Also-
advantageous for everything you're
I made all of my money through murdering people.
They weren't all people.
Murdering.
I mean, that is the
things.
original
Uh-huh.
function of how to acquire wealth.
Uh-huh.
That guy with the shiny thing.
I will kill him for it. Yeah. She
And
is.
before we leave, I like this is
Cool.
the thing like Mirok would probably notice in Largo, where I normally, am the worst around, the nobles. I love this place.
Oh, you're smiling.
I think this is the coolest place we've ever been. And I want you guys to know that, like, as characters.
Oh, I'm very much picking up on it, and like I'm trying to say, I'm like, I think this is just like a narrow situational exposure you've had to court, and I don't think you're hearing that at all.
No, not at all. Because my ego is so.
Yeah, in your mind, you're gonna go home like, Stevie, there's this court where you just murder each other, and you just drink, just grab.
That's all you gotta do.
High climate is great for your your beard and your hair situation. It's really nice. Yeah. Defrizz.
It's a drink.
Okay, so I'll also say, there is an amount of, we need to. You said you wanted to tell the king about
Yeah,
some shit, and
intelligence.
what happens? He sends Augur Lyra to speak with you,
Right.
and you tell her. She's like, we are aware of the kingdom of Thoza, and we are happy that there are miles of earth separating us.
Okay. So like,
It is a neighboring kingdom, just like Nokiri, just like the Meshron Caliphate.
okay.
It's just not one that we do any sort of trade or negotiations with.
Yeah, but now they have a gaping chasm to it.
Udra's Cleave.
It's being occupied by the same house.
And she says yes, and we have a new tree.
Yeah. So do I get the sense that they're aware that the Empress is like some kind of lich? Or just
If they're not specifically aware, it doesn't come as a surprise.
all right, cool.
And then, damn, looking at the map, is
Yeah.
the Nogiri Empire? Sorry, I couldn't really see it that well, but is it connected to where, like, by land to where we are now?
So the
Right.
Nokiri Empire is over here.
Okay.
So it's like across this sea to the landmass that's on the far end. And this sea actually goes out and around before it connects to the ocean on the outside of the continent.
All right.
So like
never
this
mind.
whole continent is kind of one big spiral.
All right.
Very lumpy spiral, but it is a spiral.
Lumpy space, man.
I still want revenge for Largo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just get to level 20 and just Daenerys Targaryen and Nokiri
I
Empire.
mean, while we were at court, I was just.
So yeah. Gaetian Island is down here. Antolon Empire.
Uh-huh.
Kind of this whole area. The Meshron Caliphate is up there. Nokiri Empire is over here.
Okay.
What does this say?
Bordon. You've heard of that. That's the seems to be a collective of hobgoblins, orcs, like all of the
And over
all the
here,
shitty races that you
where
don't want to
Lung
have tea
went
with.
to.
Yeah, that's where Lung went. For.
over here is like forests and cold, and like down here is very cold as well. Like,
Yeah, and actually, like this is the end of the land continent, but there is like it goes via glaciers into the South Pole. And yeah, this is very thick, dark forest. The Meshron Caliphate, and then there's like some jungle and some mountains.
What's the brontosaurus head?
What?
Where's the brontosaurus at? It's a pretty straightforward question, Dan.
Or is it like the top left? Like, I don't know. It looked like a dinosaur.
Think about this.
No, down. I don't know. Go right. All right, go right, down. Right there.
Okay.
That's pretty odd. And it's another country.
Is that where
No.
Yanni's from? Just curious.
Yanni's from here.
All right, cool.
So like this area about here would be the size of the continental United States.
Okay.
Wow.
A major inland sea.
Yeah.
This world is about twice the diameter of Earth. So
Big planet.
this continent is probably equivalent to most of the landmass of Earth.
It's like a
And
Pangea.
there's 3 others.
Gotcha. It's like a pan supercontinent.
Yeah.
Couple of soups.
The Kyla.
Soup's too nuts.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming with nuts. Okay, so I mean, is anybody doing any night moves here in the Bob Seeger?
As comfortable as Uhtred is here, Miark is very uncomfortable here. Everything's made of clay.
I know that's why it's so weird because normally you're like, all right, like Uhtred, shut up.
Nah, I'm in my room waiting to leave.
I mean, I assume Uhtred is looking for a off-premise harem. I don't know, a
Yeah,
municipal
I mean, like I kind of said,
porn
Uhtred's
song
walking
depot.
around this kingdom
I love
with a
Husbands
taser.
and Bell. They've
And
got
it's
two
just-
of hoes.
Hey, still got it.
Uhtred's kind of like meeting your hero, and you're like, oh shit, this guy is pretty.
We're going to court in Depot. Oh no, I'm a hose man.
Yeah. Like you just see Uhtred do this great thing, and then you meet him in an alley pissing his pants.
Yeah, just stone drunk. Black.
Like holding a sausage in one hand and then pissing his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you want to bite. That's
Dungeon.
Uhtred tonight. Uhtred is celebrating the night.
Mhm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you're.
All right, so the next day, what are you guys doing?
In the capital for brunch.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. You don't want to hang out for brunch?
I mean, I'm brunch, but like, I'm not doing it.
You don't want to.
Can't think of anything else Miracle will want to do here.
No, I can't. I mean, Uhtred wakes up underneath the gate to get in or whatever there is, and is like, I got to get back before they notice.
We've noticed.
Uh-huh.
We watched
Like,
TV last night.
He wakes up, he starts like scrambling to pick up his stuff. He's like, oh, I gotta get back before they notice. And he like gets all of his stuff up and he gets up and there's like 2 castle guards. Whenever you're ready, sir, we can take you back to your room.
There it is.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, it's the capital of the empire. Is
Yeah.
there a shop that might have something? I mean, we kind of have access to most stuff at this point.
You're the only one with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Um.
pretty tapped
That's
out.
not true. That's not true. I lied to help you out, Largo, but you don't know that.
Okay, well, there you go.
mhm.
Well,
Okay.
Largo
I gave
was
you my last.
selfless and bought baubles to help the party, but whatever.
You are selfless. Such a nice aspect of your character. You're just such like a giving.
Yeah.
Kind of goody.
It's like a new humble.
I'm a mayor of a town. What the
Let's
fuck?
go to Cass. I think we head out.
Is there a down and dirty way to make contact with the black market in the capital, or is that a protracted? Is that
it's
not
protracted.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right.
it's kind of hard to do
That's
that
a
on
whole,
the quick.
it's a whole ass deal.
It's
Yeah.
a whole
All right.
ass deal.
We're out. Good.
All right. So where's your next?
I know we're outside of the Gation Isle.
Yeah.
Is there a Gation Shields office in the capital?
You don't know.
Ooh.
Is there a courtier?
You can make a diplomacy check to gather information.
Okay.
I'm still in my room.
All right. Board diplomacy check with whoever is serving waffles in the Great Hall, the breakfast area. That's just a straight diplomacy, which I do not have. 10. Get a +1 charisma bonus. That's an 11.
Okay. You ask around a little bit, and you only needed 2 hours of sleep last night,
Mhm.
so you do kind of, you avoid any place that the guards are like specifically kind of posted up, and you wander around what you feel is the sort of guest free roam area of the castle. Talk to a couple of people. Only one of them has even heard of the Gation Shields,
Mm-hmm.
and that's mercenary company out of Kylo, right? So that's pretty much all they know about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Enough, like whether or not there is one in Entleton, they don't know.
All right. Let's shut.
At this point, we are at points down. We start seeing rashers. And he looks over at Bort and goes, when are we going to see Armin?
You tell me, pal.
Pretty soon. I do the math in my head that actually Dan only knows, and I say the number of days that Dan only knows.
Yeah. I mean, he basically said, he was running slow, but he figured probably in this vicinity of time that you're in now, give or take 5 or 6 days.
And I look at Bort and I'm like, we should probably go back to Kylo.
Yeah. They're your bodies, man.
And they're your guy, man.
I mean, he's a guy.
He's your guy. They're my bodies.
Let's go get him.
I think we gotta head out.
Let's get out.
I saw Ocean in a gutter earlier, but I think he's washing up now. I'll go check on Largo. Plunk.
You walk up and Largo's just like
You're so excited. You're
I know. That's why I left my room again. You open the door and it's just like it's just purple in there and like kind of misty, and there's like things floating around and like little like little like heads attached to little spermy tails just like floating around. And Largo's just like sitting on the bed, just wordlessly observing.
So I open the curtain of the room, lean in and see that. And for a split second, I almost cast Dispel Magic. And then I said, hey, Larry, can I talk to you in the hall for a second? And then I just like shut the curtains down.
And like just as soon as like you're shutting the curtain, you take one night and like that's when I make eye contact with you. And then the door shuts. And then 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, what's up?
I feel like I've walked into the room with like a 15-year-old boy who was definitely not masturbating. Doing something totally different.
No, I'm literally just watching my own illusions.
I know, but
play
it's that level of
Yeah.
You time.
I'm practicing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Check
That's what Largo does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I said, I think we're all together and about that time, so I think we're gonna have a Kylo if you're ready.
Yeah, come in, a couple minutes. I head back in the room.
Oh, Omelet Bar closes in 15. Just heads up, and then go back.
5 or 10. And then about 7 minutes, Largo comes down. He's all coiffed, ready to go. Just like walks along the bar.
Make a grande.
just kind of sit down and start eating.
I'm a mad chef.
Yeah.
Everyone sleep all right?
It's very spicy.
Provost Jennifer comes over. Are we heading back today? Do you have any further business?
I think we're heading back today, Jennifer.
All right.
I'll look around the group.
I need to get back to my responsibilities in Kyla.
Sure. Utrecht?
Can Yanni roll sense motive on her? Because I feel like Jake would roll sense motive on her in that moment. Just seems like
Yeah.
Yanni would do it.
She's apparently the treasurer of the fucking duchy, so she probably has like regular responsibilities.
She's an accountant. She's a CPA, dude.
She's
Right.
intelligent. You know?
She's
Am I good just real quick?
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sorry, I went to the restroom. I don't know. Did we leave that other part of the work like that? Are we back?
Not yet. You're still in the palace.
I would like to buy Largo some kind of clothing from this other world, like this other European place.
You're really taken by this place, aren't you? I mean, if you
no,
got
not that. But you are more of like you like these things, these different, garments and things like that. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, like
How much are you willing to spend on this?
well, I did a little lie earlier, so I would spend 660 gold pieces.
I was just like, please give me.
No. I'm totally thinking that Uhtred is off doing this without.
Yeah. It's like he woke up. He's like, fuck. Oh.
And so, the Sultan from Aladdin?
Yes.
That in pink and purple.
Nice.
The giant, like
The
little
big turban.
Yeah.
It's like, poofy pants, poofy
The
sleeves,
vest.
all in elven silk.
Okay.
This is like, this is Mark LaFleur quality.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm very giddy, and I go.
1 minute, please.
I go upstairs, and I come back down, and I have a little handbag in which you assume is my regular clothes, and I am fucking full on. Just run. And I go, look at this. Would you look at this?
Would you, Miracle goes, would you look at that? Would you look at that?
And I have like little, tearing up just a little bit, and I go, thank you, Dr.
Pretty cool.
That's nice.
just a little Sultan. with none of my special abilities.
Very curly slippers.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't go adventuring
I mean,
with
it's
this,
so
but I
poofy.
felt obligated
You
to
could wear
put it
something
on.
under it, probably.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, not a robe. So right now, I'm like, I'm less than as powerful as I could be, but we're just teleporting back, so I figure we're all right.
Yeah, I mean, it is all very flowy. So it's like, you can kind of stuff. It's going to make the outfit look a little lumpy,
Yeah,
but it
can't
all
do that.
fits inside.
Yeah, so if I ever needed to go adventuring in this clothing, which I don't want to do because I've got this whole low-key thing going, this is strictly formal wear.
Yeah.
But I will, next time we see the Duchess.
I kind of feel like these are Largo's new pajamas.
Okay, yeah.
And
Or just like, just like
Maybe
anytime
something
I'm
fancy.
feeling fancy or like something official needs to be done.
So you're off your work clothes,
Yeah.
but on your you clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you've got mending and prestidigitation, so
Yeah.
you could absolutely wear these to sleep, wake up in the morning, go, and they're perfect.
Yeah, that's great. And I love tote.
Largo is of the finer things.
I do, but I'm trying to work on the low key, like during adventuring, low key. That's what I'm working
Easy.
You let the party know that Richard did this nice thing for you.
Yeah.
I look at Uhtred, I'm like, Uhtred, that's a very kind, wonderful thing you did. And I come over and I clasp you like a brother, and then quietly to the dwarf, I say, don't tell your fucking wife. And then I walk away.
Why don't you guys say it louder to the camera?
Don't tell your fucking wife.
Oh, yes, brother.
Yeah.
Dreams the
Over
coin.
the course of the evening, like 4 times Yanni tries to lift the cleese. Like tries to
Like
pickpocket you.
Pickpocket Bort.
Yes.
Tries to pickpocket the rogue. It's not happening.
He can't help it.
No, he's hooked on sauce. He's on that yak. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome.
Wish it away
I guess.
when we're level 20.
Yeah, just let him dry out.
No, we gotta wait a year.
Are we leaving?
Yeah, we're leaving. Like, I'm ready to
leaving
go.
now?
I'm literally just like, I'm standing in the hall, like having finished my breakfast, still crumbs on the plate, holding my tote bag, just
Looks
waiting
like
for
a
you guys to
soul
come along and class.
Oh, I'm there on time.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a percentile roll. You're going back to Kyla, right?
69. Rad.
All right. So you cast teleport, and poof, you are at the fountain in the center of Kyla, where you all met.
Like, I just thought it was important to bring us all here.
Oh, Bort, this is where I was going to give you the ring. But it's cool. You got it. You got it. That's fine.
We in this strength.
All right.
Married to the game, dude.
Martyrdom. All right, cash goes to nonprofits. Ass and grass goes to your boy. What's up?
People
Or pops 2 hands into the fountain and gets some fountain water, like holds it up like this, and then just like slaps Yanni in the face with it. Says, "Hey, wake up! We're back, man. We're back on the gay shenanigans. You hear, dude? You hear? Shh. We're at the fountain."
Yes, I'm sober. I've been sober because I couldn't get anything that I wanted.
Well, if you want some more, fucking stay sober, okay?
You want to get high again?
Stay
sober.
Snap my fingers.
Bort, where are we meeting Armin?
It's fucking warehouse, dude.
There's like a bajillion warehouses.
Okay, this one's like down by the water.
Okay, so you know where it is.
You all know where it is.
We all know where it is.
I should send to Armin and just be like, "Hello, Armin. It's Largo. We were just wondering at what point you could give us an update on your travels and if and when you were in Kylo."
Let's see.
He says, I arrived 3 days ago. If you would like to pick up your I don't want to call it merchandise because it's not something bought and sold. If you'd like to pick up your cargo, I believe I already gave you the address.
Send again. OMW.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. We make our way over to Armin's warehouse.
You head over there and you see a couple of half-orcs standing outside the front door, not charter.
Yep, thank you. I wouldn't want to be here, you know.
No.
I want to be here for this.
And they like give you a nod and knock on the door. And then you hear ka-chunk and a click and like sounded like chain across wood. And then the door opens inward. And the orc gestures you in.
Big warehouse store kind of thing?
Yeah.
A big old warehouse store.
So like the door is like 4 by 8 feet, and there's another 4 by 8 feet door next to it. Looks like something you could drive a cart into and out of.
It wears in and out of.
Miami Dolphins kidnapped.
Whole like 12 doors.
Yeah.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Cool. It's dark inside.
There's windows near the eaves on the roof, so it's not pitch black, but it's not well lit either. It's dim.
I would go inside.
Yeah, it's your environment.
Yeah, walking in, I say, Seymour.
And you hear a voice kind of echo through the building. Bort!
Here we are.
As stated you would be.
Well, this is productive. Yark says out loud.
Do you have our cargo?
Did you just step in and there are like stacks of crates and stuff, and it's a warehouse. And it has this like some spaces, and you can see that it comes to a T intersection. It's not a completely open space. It looks like there's lots of stuff in here, lots of boxes. So are you just like standing just on the inside of the door? Because just on the inside of the door, there's 2 more half orcs who are just kind of standing there. And
We're walking to the team.
We're breezing inside like we belong here because we fucking do, because we've agreed to meet here. And I'm just calling out into the darkness,
right.
Announcing our presence in this space.
Right. So you get to the T intersection, and like to the left is a dead end, stacks of boxes and shit. To the right, you see another half orc who's just kind of giving you a gesture, and you go down that way. And then as soon as you get to that sort of corner where he's standing, you can see that there's an open space, and Armin's standing there, Chugger's there, another half orc, and just kind of looking at you, waiting. You're maybe 30 or 40 feet away.
I walk up to Armand, approach Armand with a hand out, like, "Hey, buddy, how are you?" Armand, just like you said you would be. Here we are. Oh, and Sugar, there you are, pal. Got something.
I move up alongside Bort, expectantly waiting transfer of goods.
He gives you like a 1 pump handshake, and then he says, "All right, as promised," and he pulls a handkerchief out of his pocket and he starts unfolding it, and he like steps up on a couple of crates and puts the corner of the portable hole against a stack of crates that form like a wall, and it drops down 10 feet, and then he pulls the 2 sides and pins them, and then it just opens up into this circular room that's 10 feet deep, and it's got a pile of dwarf corpses in the middle of it.
Do I know, like, can I go in there, open my portable hole, and put them in there, or do I gotta drag them out and put them in my portable hole?
You can put portable holes inside portable holes.
Yeah.
But a handy haversack or a bag of holding is going to create a really big problem.
Okay. Knowing that, I see that, I look at Bort, I walk in, I unfold my thing, and I just start pushing them into mine, going about my business while you're doing your thing. I imagine that'll take me a little bit of time.
Yeah, because Bort has a handy haversack, Largo has a handy haversack, and Uhtred's carrying a bag of holding.
So we're not going in there.
Well, the thing is, Largo is, I'm sure, is aware that would be a horrible idea. I do not know if Bort or Uhtred is aware of how bad that could go.
If I see one of them go towards it, I might go, hey, and then maybe not the best idea.
I think Bort is standing outside talking to Armin, but I would totally think that Uhtred might try to go help Mirok move bodies.
For sure.
Uhtred, do you still have that bag of holding on your person?
Wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had that. Yeah.
Don't step into the space that Mirok is in unless you don't have either that or a handy haversack.
Can I give that to you then?
What's that?
My thought is, can I hand that to them and then with my strength, just do a cloth or something and like knapsack them out?
Oh, he's got him. Don't you fret.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I mean, it's like you can see Mirok in there, like.
I'm not that.
Well, I mean,
I have a drag of 400. These weigh about 200.
Right.
I'm doing it. I'm doing okay.
I'm just saying, if you want to help.
I know. Well, like Uhtred is like 200.
Okay. I listen to Largo. I drop my bag and I just go help Mirok. He's my buddy. He's my first buddy.
Works.
Right.
I tell you, be careful. Don't throw them like potatoes. Do what I'm doing. Be respectful.
Well, I'm the smartest person here, so I do that.
There you go. You're a little short. You don't know.
Oh,
Any issues getting these out of here? Anything we should know about coming out of the Underdark? Smooth sailing, buddy.
Oh, we ran into a couple of Ettercaps. That's what held us up for a little while. We had to find another path around. But this is what you paid us for.
You feeling good about that? Feeling like you got your money's worth coming out of here? Want you to feel good, man.
Oh, more would make me feel better, but that's not the deal we made.
That's not the deal we made. You feel good about the deal?
I feel fine.
Mm-hmm. It's been great doing business with you. Could we do a little business in the future?
I didn't think you'd be amenable to that prospect.
Well, I'm just saying, potentially.
Perception check.
I don't know if I just over.
I think you sidebarred.
We're sidebarring. We're just chit-chatting.
14.
What are you trying to perceive?
This conversation, we don't want to work with this dude again.
Yeah, I mean, they're not having a quiet conversation in another room.
I go for it. We're done now. Or that was the deal. Deal's over.
I'm overhearing this. I'm lugging my bodies in.
Yeah, perception. I'm like 40.
Mort can make his own deals, just not for us.
Well.
No way you would say it, Mira.
We reverse the rules now. I'm gonna let Bort board.
Uh-huh.
So Mirok said, what I'm thinking is like, he can make a deal with Armin. It's not us.
Just
we already have
the roses, I guess.
Yeah, you would never do that.
The deal he needs with us.
Yeah.
Which is for us to leave him alone.
What sort of arrangement are you looking for?
This is blowing Uhtred's mind, though. Mira,
you're hucking dwarf corpses. You're not hearing any of this, dude. You're burning lean muscle.
Yeah, they take like 12 seconds.
If I heard Mira say
12 dwarfs.
He's doing 2 at a time.
I don't know. Just wanted to touch base and see if you'd be amenable. Maybe having a drink sometime next time you're in Penrose. Talk a little shop, talk a little business, a little import-export deal.
You know what I export.
Well, I know what you're exporting right now, but business is business. Things evolve. Maybe you want to get out of this business. Maybe you want to import and export something besides sentient things. You don't have to do that.
I don't have to, but it's quite lucrative.
Well, maybe I have a proposition for you that's lucrative as well. I'm just saying, we've done a little business, could do a little more. Would you be amenable to that should the situation arise?
Bort, I have a business. I run it and it takes quite a bit of my time. I generally don't take 2-week detours out to Penrose. If there's something specific that you want to arrange, then speak plainly now, because I will otherwise just go back to what I do for my regular job.
Penrose, Kyla, you know, I'm just saying, there are cities. Things need to move between cities. You move things between cities. They're maybe less than legal. Maybe I'm looking to move things that are less than legal between cities. ... Import, export, black market, yada, yada, yada. Are you interested in moving things besides literal people?
For Underdark, where you're more likely to die.
Yeah, exactly. Through just up on the surface, like you move things around that are
he looks over at Chugger and says,
wink, wink.
Chugger, are you a city guard? Chugger's like, no. Is anyone here a city guard? And the other half-orcs are like,
No city guards.
all right, so then I don't think you need to speak in code, Bort. What are you asking me for? I have a very specific profession right now. I do it well. It pays my bills and then some. You are telling me vagaries that do not hold any sway on me.
You might find out how evil Ward is now.
I've heard this kind of.
Yeah.
I'm lawful neutral, so I'm hearing a deal being made, and I'm going to interject. I think what Bort is trying to say is that you're currently moving bodies from the service of the Underdark slave trade, making good money. It's dangerous. A lot of ifs and buts. That's how you rope us into it. However, Bort is trying to create a more island-wide illicit trade deal relying on the current networks, and also a road that I'm building that's going to be a whole new thing. And he wants you to be kind of it sounds like a foreman or an overseer of that whole underground illicit movement of drugs, goods, whatever on the surface. Am I good?
Well,
Yeah. The black market
Yeah.
contact.
He wants you to be the comptroller of the black market on Vacation Island, basically.
A man who can move things and negotiate deals, who I know and who has proven to like do that competently for a fair price. It's less risk for you, and it keeps you out of where the mind flayers live.
and no one's
Good money.
Is
ever,
it?
ever threatened this person.
I average about 1,000 gold a week doing what I do now. Can you offer that?
Well,
Offer what?
potentially, it's a developing market. We're literally developing it. I'm offering you a ground floor entree into a developing market. It's going to take a little bit of patience to make this happen. It's not like, oh yeah, here it is, whole, born out of fucking Zeus's mind. Like, but it could be a thing. And if you want a piece of the action, I'm willing to offer you a percentage of the overall profits of the thing that I'm trying to do. Economics.
Yeah, I mean, how did this guy get into slave trafficking into the Underdark?
Well,
It wasn't
he-
like someone was like, here's...
You know how he got into it is we killed the leader of the Tideland Guild, and he seized power over the slave trade. Aspect of that is how he got
Yeah,
into
I'm
that.
just wondering if he had, there was a similar, like, well, how much money did I make slave trade?
Oh, we killed him.
So you're not going to know until you try
I'm
it.
sure he had to murder a bunch of people and seize power to do that. What I'm saying is we do some deals and we develop a black market thing, and then it grows over time and parallels the development of the legitimate businesses that we're running. And
All right, Bort,
It
tell me what.
It
When
keeps
you have a
saying
job for me and you can put a monetary value on it and it rivals the amount of money I make doing what I do now, I'll get in on whatever you're doing.
well, Armand, I think I have my answer. See, the thing with you, man, you always just lack the vision.
The thing with me, man, is that I
Dylan.
am in my 70s. I have to plan for retirement. I am not in the market for a startup right now. I am in the market for a nest egg. This is working, and I have set myself up rather well. I see that the good dwarf here has followed my lead and gotten a portable hole of his own. Was that cheap?
It's cheaper than how you got yours.
But I did pay for mine in cash.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of business I am operating in right now. So when you can offer me such connections that I could buy another portable hole, then please let me know, because I would be interested.
I say, Bort, let the old man get eaten by a purple worm. That's what he wants.
You're
Is Uchi there or not?
You there?
yeah. We're just doing.
Do I have a home there?
What?
I'm sorry. I've lost a little bit of like. Let me give this guy what he wants.
No, we're good, I think.
Because I wanted to kill him.
Seymour, baby. You know, I'd love to. Next time you're in Penrose, come to Hamptons. Drinks on me, man. I hate to see you passing an opportunity by like this. You know.
I'll keep my ear to the grapevine, and if you're manifesting all this that you speak to be, I will arrive on your doorstep.
I mean, I know what it's. Yeah. I give him a low bones. Go out like low fist bump.
He, gives you a half-hearted.
Yeah. As I would expect.
I
Chugger, how we doing, bro?
I fold up my portable hole. I walk up to Armin. I say, I think our business here is done. Shake his hand. Quick one pump, and then I walk out of the house.
I follow you.
Cool.
Yeah, I follow.
Chugger like chats with you, it's the like pleasantries. What are you up to? Where you know any good places to get a drink?
Chugger, we're opening some spots. They're gonna be awesome. Don't worry, your money's gonna go there, man. I got you. Just like check this road out. It's gonna be rad. Hey, I know you're like out there in the Underdark doing shit right now, but I just like scored a massive 3-pound hookup. I saved an ounce for you, dude, and I slip him like a lovingly wrapped, like a vellum wrapped, like ounce of dank ass Hobbit Kush that I got from Erica.
Come so far since time.
Takes it out to.
I give him a hug, like, and a pound on the back, and I like peace out.
So.
Chugger.
Chugger.
Give me a perception check.
There he goes. That's a 20.
Natural one. Natural one.
You head out, and you guys get back out on the street. The door closes. You hear the chains, the click, and like a heavy wooden bar being set in place.
Cool. I'm heading to my parents' place, and we're like, "Hi, I have shame solution, and then I'm gonna like come with me to Tarnholm and then eventually Cass.
Cool. I will come with you if you will allow
Yeah. You guys know too
it. We're on Mirok Arc number one.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go.
Yeah, we want to get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
Not good.
Alrighty. Well, we are at about 10:15, and this is a good stopping place.
Just good.
Dan, what would have happened if while I was shaking Armin's hand, I cast plane shift on him?
Then he would have had to save against plane shift.
What is the odds against saving against plane shift? Okay.
I'm not looking at it right now.
Follow-up question. Ethically, as a lawful neutral character, does that seem appropriate? Because on the one hand, I was like, our deal is now done. And then I was like, oh, but we have a deal. You know? It's kinda, I was evaluating it in my head.
I mean, you do see, it's also you see this man as a threat to life.
Sure. Yeah.
So, taking him out of the picture sets things to an order that you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And it is which plane would you be sending him to?
I mean, I think right now I still have Earth of Earth, right? I don't think I have Plane of Life.
I thought you made a tuning fork for the positive energy plane. It was a thing that I told you could do it. I don't know if you actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look at my notes.
Just fucking send him into a rock hole.
Yeah, I mean, either way, just like, okay, bye. Like, are you on your business report? Because I don't know, I was just assuming based on his high charisma, he would not have a good save against plane shift.
Well,
Never know.
I'll never know. And in the moment, I thought about it, but it felt underhanded for a lawful neutral character to be like, oh, yeah.
Dwarves got to do what dwarves got to do.
We always do a second meeting. Who doesn't like that man?
Oh, I don't like him either. But also, like, Mirok is, again, lawful neutral. He's like, Ford is trying to make a deal with you.
Well, Ward doesn't like him either.
Yeah, I'm not implying you do. I'm just saying, like, you're trying to make a deal with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get where you're coming from.
Because he's a bad man.
Yeah.
And I want to do bad things.